Coming soon to this theater.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Brian here for another episode of CG Horror Movie Talk, the show where, surprise, we talk about horror movies. The theme of the show is that every week we pick a horror movie. It's always something that's not behind a paywall. It's always something that you can catch on like Tubi or on YouTube or Peacock, or there's a bunch of like free streaming services these days. You can find almost anything. The reason we do that is so that before the show, if you want to check out the movie and then join the discussion, you can do that. And also, if you watch this episode, if you listen to this stream and the movie that we're talking about sounds like your kind of a thing, well, then you don't really have to look for it. All you have to do is look for the link in the description, click that, boom, movie's right there. Anyway, let me take this opportunity to introduce my man, Matt Butch Cleaver Burke.
Hell yeah, what's up, Brian?
Brother, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's HMC time. That means bail time.
Oh, yeah. And I got a nice bottle opener, too.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
Check this shit. Okay, all right, everybody. Just I gotta do this. Look at this. Check this shit out. That is the official Butch Cleaver bottle opener. Now, Don Chin, I thought was pretty badass when he came out with like the Beard Zerker pick, the guitar pick.
Yeah.
Right? That was dope. Yeah, this is like doper. And it's got weight to it too. I mean, you can like fuck somebody up with this.
Yeah, you can just hit him right in the kneecap, like
or right in the temple. Just go, shut the fuck up, fool. Yeah, no, it's legit. It's legit. Yeah, so I backed Butch Cleaver 2. Also got the first issue. You should too. And oh man, let me tell you, this comes decked out. Oh yeah, nice little illustration from my man right there. Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you, dude. That is gorgeous.
Thank you, man. Thanks, Brian.
And you got, let's see, there's a 6 a.m. sticker right there from our man, MC Marianelli. Eats them up like spaghetti. Or maybe some Cheerios. He masticates his foes. There's a bookmark. There's cards. I know this isn't a shill stream, but I'm sorry. I gotta show this stuff off, man. Look at all this stuff. Look at all the cool shit you get. Homeboy went out of his way, and I hope you all like my T-shirt, which is nice and comfy, 100% cotton, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh shit, you're rocking the button too?
And I'm rocking the button. Well, yeah, I'm right. If I'm wearing suspenders, and I've recently made the switch from belt to suspenders because it's just I have no ass, and
I'm the same way, bro.
It's terrible, man. Do you know how many people have seen my ass crack when I didn't want them to see my ass crack? A lot of people. I was actually on, I think, a Bancroft stream. The first time I was on Bancroft's, I think I went to move to get a toy or something. I bent over, boom, ass crack. But it's always legit been a problem for me. So I'm switching to suspenders, and I'm not going to do the suspenders and a belt because, like Henry Fonda said in Once Upon a Time in the West, how can you trust a man who wears suspenders and a belt? He can't even trust his own pants to stay up.
That's true.
So yeah, man, thank you. This was I can't wait to dive into these.
Thanks, man. Yeah, tell me what you hate about it and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be an asshole. I'll be an asshole about it, because that's the thing. It's like if you're looking for legitimate feedback, you can't spare people's egos. You have to just kind of be raw about it. But look at how nice, big, thick book. How many pages are these?
The first one, it was the first 3 issues that I did. So that one's it's a 72 page story, but like with behind the scenes stuff, it's like 92 pages.
Nice.
And the second one is 52 pages with a couple extra in there with some behind the scenes stuff like page breakdowns and things like that.
Beautiful.
Then on the first book, I got some critiques on the letters. You know, I was using an old English font. That's how I kind of wanted to make the look kind of gothy. You know, hey, dude, you know, you might want to switch this lettering up. So I'm like, done. I'm gonna switch. You know, it's not like I'm cucking to anybody, but it's like there's certain things you do. You know what I mean? And like, it's a language. Comic books are a language. So right off the bat, boom, I changed the font in the second book. You know what I mean? So,
well, yeah, that's the thing is you want to listen to feedback. Generally speaking, if everybody has a different opinion, then something's wrong with your book. If everybody has the same opinion and is like
3 people, are, like that's my number. Like if there's 3 people saying the same thing, then all right, fix it now.
With Six Gun, I was actually going to keep I was actually going to make that more of a slow burn. I was actually going to keep that kind of like fizzing through issue 3, and then 4 was when you were going to get to the bloodshed and the vengeance, right? But I remember listening to a review, and the guy was like, "This is really good, but it's issue 2. We better start getting to some vengeance in issue 3." And I thought about it, and I looked at the story, and I was like, "You know what? He's right."
Yeah. No, I mean,
let's get to some ass whipping. It's always
good. For me, I like a lot. Like more is more for me with the action. Like I just like action a lot. You know, I'm into
me too.
You know, action movies, kung fu, wrestling, fucking gore, like Ash. You know, and a little too much maybe. And like for Butch Cleaver 2, I go into his origin. That's probably like the worst thing you could do. You probably want to wait. But the thing is, I don't have that much time. I put out a book every 2 years. So it would have been something I would have. It's either all right, fuck it. You know what? Let's do it right now, or I'm not going to be able to do it later. I don't have the time. I just can't do it. So you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it on the second book. So I kind of tried to do that.
Yeah, I can't wait to dig into this. Of course, great gallery in the back. You got Jason Bascom. You got the aforementioned Mark Marianelli, 6 a.m. Comics. You got my man Preston, of course. Look at that. Oh man.
That was so fun. It's fun when people actually like draw your character and they do their own spin on it. You know, it's so like gratifying and like unbelievable. You know, their Sims piece.
Yeah, this loser that we know, some guy named Simon Sim Pothier. I think that's how you know. Of course, it's Sim.
I'm gonna mail your book out too, Sim. It's just those truckers at the border; they won't let me do it. So as soon as you and Nova Blast and one more dude. So,
and what up, Sim? Everybody, go back. Tales from the Natverse 2. It looks.
Can I show something?
Yeah,
I did this piece as fan art for Tales from Natverse, and he said, "Oh, I want some fan art." I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah!" Then I'm gonna, I love doing the CG fan art, and I love Nat, and I fucking love the hand. And I was like, "Well, dude, I want to do something with that arm, but I don't want to fucking like do too much because he hasn't really explored the arm,
right?"
But homie fucking Sim fucked up, and he put the claws on the hand. So I'm like, all right, well, I could at least put some claws on this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And start, and I like my gore. I ain't gonna lie. Like most of my art's gonna have some action or gore in it whenever I do because I don't know. I usually like to have something going on usually in a piece for fun.
Absolutely. And Sim, shot you the link if you feel like hop in. If you don't feel like it, that's cool too. He's like as he says, it came out great.
Thank you, Sim. It was an honor. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I had so much fun doing it.
Sims and Sim and Preston, man, those are the dudes that are always doing shit for people. If your campaign is like, I don't know, if it looks like it's not going to get funded, I mean, they'll do shit for you. They hooked me up nicely too.
Yeah.
But if your campaign looks like it's like not going to make it, you're getting a piece from them.
Well, it's like
they will help your ass out, and they
saved my ass. Like Preston saved my ass on the first campaign. Sim did a little bit too, and then again, Sim came in and saved my ass on the second campaign. He did those sketch cards.
Love those dudes.
Straight up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they are what this community is all about for sure. And I forgot to show this off too.
Oh. Yeah, I want to do one poster. Michael Beacon, I got a book from him, the Seven Legions, and he like kind of roll folded his thing into a Gemini mailer. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I'm gonna do this for my book. You know what I mean? Everyone's complaining about how everything's folded. It's not a fold, but there's gonna be a little bit of roll in there. But if you were to like theoretically put it somewhere, like it doesn't bother me. For me, that was for like throwing, darts at them. Like, what the fuck's Butch Cleaver? You know, you guys are playing pool, and then you know what I mean? Like, it's a fun, like, that's how I kind of like envision my tchotchkes, you know? And a lot of people don't like tchotchkes, but I kind of, do, and I guess we're kind of moving away from that lately, but I kind of like it. I think if we don't have them sometimes, or a little bit of them, like something psychologically is going to be like, where's our fucking tchotchkes at? Like, everyone's saying, I just want the book, but it's like, we've grown so accustomed to that. And me, like, I love getting, like, for me, I fucking love the tchotchkes, but
I do too.
I'm rambling.
No, not at all. Because my attitude towards the tchotchkes is I am one of those dudes. I just want the book.
Yeah.
But then when I get this shit, I'm not going to lie. I love it. Right? Because, I mean, it's bonus stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And cool ass, of course, always gotta love the stickers from Mark. Those usually go on the side of my computer. I don't know if I got room. We're gonna have to make room for this one for sure. Oh, hey, what's up? Indie Wrestling Aces. He says, "What up, peeps? Hail, peeps! What up, everybody in the chat? This evening we are going to be taking a look at a movie called 30 Days of Night, which as many of you know, is based on a comic book by mine is upstairs. Fuck. Is that like
faded? See?
Oh,
it used to be this color. It's from like just sun bouncing off the wall and getting into the hitting my DVD,
Yeah, let me see that. Hold on. There we go. Nice.
Yeah, so it should be that color. That's how long I've had it. It's fucking faded.
Sweet. Yeah, you know what? I got to be honest. I didn't like this movie when it first came out. And not that I thought it was horrible.
Yeah.
But I was a little disappointed by it. And I think, no, I know what my problem was. My problem was that it had fucking Josh Hartnett in it, right?
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett's one of those actors that is more of a male model than an actor, right? He's there to look pretty, but he's not horrible. He's not like Jared Leto, right? Who's like fine if he's like off, like on the side somewhere. If he's like a supporting player, like Jared Leto is fine in American Psycho. He's fine in Fight Club. He's fine in Requiem for a Dream. As long as he's not the star.
Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah.
Right. But don't. He ain't
Morbius, motherfucker. He ain't Morbius. No, just playing. He ain't the Joker. No, just playing.
Dude, I'm so. Oh man, because
what gets me about that
Morbius stan.
Sorry. Sideline real quick. Morbius.
Yeah.
It looks like they're putting CGI on the fucking face.
Yeah.
Like they're CGIing the makeup. And it's you don't do that. You go full fucking, at least Gary Oldman style. Like he had the fucking,
no.
You know what I mean? The practical. You do that with Morbius.
But that would be covering up his beautiful face. And that's the prime attraction, right? He's Leto. It's Jared fucking Leto, goddammit. He's won an Academy Award for being good looking.
But it's like they're CGIing the fucking Morbius face. I think it's a CGI face.
No. But that's the thing, right? In the comics, Michael Morbius has a rare blood disease, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of does what what the Lizard did, what Man-Bat did, and accidentally turns himself into a vampire. That's why he's Morbius, the living vampire. Yeah. That's to say that differentiates him from somebody like Dracula, who's a member of the undead, right? Yeah. This is a bloodsucker who's not one of the undead. He's living. He has a heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
And he's hideous as fuck, right? He has this bat-like face.
Yeah, you got the fucking nostrils, that's what he needs. But it's prosthetics. But
But we're talking Leto here. talking Jared Leto, 30 Seconds from Mars, right? We're talking about a cult leader, right?
My so-called life and shit. Fuck.
Yeah, a guy who has laid more pipe than like probably anybody else. I mean, that guy has got to be jaded.
Like Super Mario.
No, I'm talking about that dude. You know, I mean, oh my god, you know, his you know, I mean, he's gotten more ass in a toilet seat. Let's face it, right? He's a male model, right?
Yeah.
So of course he's going to be flipping chicks like that, right? But he's one of those people. Like I always considered Russell Brand one of those dudes. He was one of those dudes.
Yeah.
But he actually has like some kind of depth and actually snapped out of it and was like, oh shit. That was like a really like fucked up way to live and the law of diminishing returns and everything like that. And now he's just like this really centered dude who shockingly is the voice of reason.
Right.
Which is evidence. Anybody who tells you that Clown World isn't a thing, no, that's proof positive. Russell Brand is the voice of reason. Clown World is a fucking thing, okay? Jared Leto is one of those dudes. He never got out of that. He's a fucking cult leader. He has like an island or some shit. What? Walks around like in a robe like Jesus, and you know, and I guess like you know, I don't know who goes to that shit. Who goes to his island? I'm thinking it's probably a lot of like really hot chicks, a lot of like plain Janes, and then like some really thirsty dudes hoping to get like, scraps, right? But you know that Jared Leto's boys are the ones that get his cast-offs, right? Damn. So those dudes aren't getting any punani. Oh, you didn't know that about him? Yeah.
Jared Leto. Cult?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
If you look it up on Google, and you know, and it'll say like, does Jared Leto like run a cult? If you click, I think on the first one, right, it'll say, okay. Like he said in 2013, it was a joke. You know, it's like we've got like a cult following. First of all, fuck you. You don't have a cult following. You're a pop star. Okay, so suck a dick. Okay. Second, and the rest of the description, it pretty much tells you no. It like he's not a cult leader, but he's the second coming of Christ.
And you know what's funny about his Joker?
The greatest ever.
You know what's funny about his Joker?
Beatles, better than Elvis. You name it. He's God. Yeah.
Joker. Like people are always like right on Twitter, right? Like you ever see these things like over the past year or two? Who's your favorite Joker? Right? They never even acknowledge him. Like it's hardly ever in there. It's always like
even on the list.
It's like you know, it's the fucking. The Jack Nicholson and it's Heath Ledger, but they never show Joaquin Phoenix. They never show him.
Yeah.
Did you see Batman yet?
Oh no, I haven't.
All right, never mind. I don't want to fucking go watch it. The movie's fucking awesome.
I will.
I'm sorry. It's fucking tight.
I'm
it's tight as fuck. It's tight as fuck. There's shit you can bitch and complain. It's 3 hours. And all this. It's a tight ass fucking movie. Fuck that. That movie's awesome. You're probably gonna like it. It's got that Streets of Fire feel to it a little bit.
Oh,
like it's in the same, you know what I mean? And it feels like it's in the same universe as The Crow. Like,
nice.
Like it's in the same. It's in Detroit.
Comic book.
It feels like 90s. It feels like it's shot in the 90s. Like you know how like Streets of Fire and the Crow kind of feel the same.
Yeah,
they're in Detroit and the fucking subways, like trains are above them, and they're always down there. And that's how it is. How the fucking movie is.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Hey man, looking forward to it, and I am definitely gonna check that out. The next time I decide to leave the house.
You got to leave the house for that one. You get a small popcorn like I did and a small drink like Mr. Pibb. And don't you won't get up that way. You just sit there.
I don't think we have Mr. Pibb where I am. I think Mr. Pibb's like a regional. Yeah, I think
I was like, what? I was like, Mr. Pibb. I was like,
now what is Mr. Pibb? Is Mr. Pibb
Dr. Pepper? It's Dr. Pepper, dude.
Okay, all right.
I was like, what you got in that Mr. Pibb? I was like, no, I fucking love Mr. Pibb. So I was like, you got it. I'm fucking getting it, dude. You know?
Okay. So, all right. But so I got Dr. Pepper and what, a medium popcorn, small popcorn?
Small, dude. Because small, dude. Small. Because if you go medium, you're gonna want to get the medium soda. And if you get, you know what I mean? It's gonna be more salty, more butter, and you just keep, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna have to go to the bathroom and you're gonna miss something, you know? Right. So that's why I was like, this is the first time I ever done that too. Because normally I would get like a medium or large just for my dome. and then I'll get like a small or medium drink so I can hang. But
We
I
see the-
normally can't hang, but this time I hung because I had just the smalls.
There you go. Yeah.
Saying.
Did some mental jujitsu on your ass there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll see it at the Alamo Draft House now that that's reopened. There, you get the bottomless popcorn with like clarified butter. It's just dangerous.
And
Fried pickles, all kinds of shit.
It's got some cool
Craft
fight scenes
brew.
in it and shit, dude. Like, I mean, like for me, like, okay, I'm not gonna leave the house like to go to the movies. It's one, maybe 2 movies a year now. You know what I mean? So the next one, I'm gonna try really hard to go see The Northman. I want to see that. You know, when I go to the movies, I'm gonna spend some fucking money. Like, I'm gonna get some popcorn and some drink.
Right? Because you do
I might even get a fucking brewski, dude. Next time I go, you know, I want to have a good time. You know.
Dude, I mean, that's the other thing that I love about the Alamo Draft House. You don't have to sneak your beers in.
Yeah,
they have like, I mean, it's like a little bar in the theater, and you're just like, what is this bar doing in the theater? And it's all micro brews,
dude.
Right?
I stuck some brews into the fucking Punisher movie with Thomas Jane. I took me and my buddy took like 240s of Mickey's in there and went and watched it. I was working at Home Depot back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and it was a movie theater
40s?
right next to there. Yeah, I'm like, why the fuck are we drinking so much beer during this movie? You know, I'm just like, oh well, fuck it. You know, the movie's fucking awesome. I still like that movie.
I like that movie too. Although, you know, I don't think it's what people expected. It's like a 70s Charles Bronson movie.
Yeah, definitely. The director he went off and did another movie too with the second Punisher actor after him, Ray Stevenson. It's called Kill the Irishman. I don't know if you saw it. Jonathan Henshaw.
It's good.
Fucking great.
Yeah. I like that too. I like that a lot too. But the problem with the Punisher is like I think the director who always should have done that character is John Woo. You know, or somebody like John Woo. That should be a John Woo movie.
Oh,
right?
Totally. Is it wrong for me to like want different directors to do different takes on Punisher or Batman?
No,
like,
not at all. The more the better.
I want a Guillermo Batman. I want a fucking. I want a fucking Wan Batman, James Wan Batman. You know.
Yeah.
Just to see what they would do with it. You know.
Of course. As far as I'm concerned, Batman is one of those characters you can never have too much of.
No.
That's to say, I don't understand why there isn't a Batman TV series.
Yeah, it could be done. Like a lot of people I talk to, you know, work and shit. They're like, "Hey, have you seen the fucking Gotham show?" You know, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool the first season, but." You're watching it. I mean, obviously, it got woke and kind of, you know, woke, whatever. But it's like it's missing something. Like it feels weird when you're watching a Gotham show and there's no Batman. You know what I mean? It just feels like there needs. And I figured out there needs to be a fucking masked vigilante. But it's not. I don't know. I never watched Titans, but maybe that's. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Superman and Lois series. I think that's pretty good. I think the guy that the actor that's playing Soups in that is really good.
Yeah,
and
he looked good.
And once again, it's like okay, it's like Soups as a parent of teenagers.
Oh, is he? He's got teenagers in that show.
Yeah. So it's like him and Lois, and the kids move to Smallville. Right, from Metropolis to Smallville. So it's like, oh, okay, that's like a totally different scenario. Like that's pretty cool.
Fresh.
Yeah. There's no reason, because that's the thing. These characters are so simple. They're so iconic. You could do all kinds of shit with them.
So old, and people need to be able to fuck with them a little bit. Like they're free reign. You know what I'm talking? Like there's so many. Like they've been around for so many years. They should almost be public domain, but not really. Like people should be able to take their stab at it, and not everybody.
They belong.
Butthurt about it. You know what I mean?
They don't belong to Marvel and DC. They belong to the world.
Pretty much.
Now, legally speaking, not.
Yeah.
And I understand that. You know, I understand intellectual property and all that stuff and copyright. Godzilla, for instance, is, King Kong.
Yeah.
So many of these monsters, right? That so many of these characters that do belong to the world, and stories that belong to the world. That are, and there's no reason why you can't have a billion Dracula movies. There's no reason why you can't have a billion Frankenstein movies. There's no reason why you can't have a billion Batman, a billion Superman. And the more the better, because that means, we don't have to, it's not like the old days where, there was that horrible adaptation of The Island of Dr. Moreau that was going to be directed by Richard Stanley, who did Hardware and Dust Devil, right? And who many people, myself included, thought this is the next big guy, right? and everything went south. There's a documentary about it called Lost Soul, which I highly recommend.
Are you talking about the one with Moreau with Brando?
Yes, right.
So I like that movie. I'm sorry, but I don't know. That's all I got.
Fuck you very much. No,
Rick Baker did it. I mean, Ron Perlman, like, that's all I got.
Look,
So
dude,
but I know I'm missing out. I know I'm missing
Fairuza Balk. Like
she was in there. Yeah, right.
belly dancing.
I like that movie, dude.
Smoking hot. Well, here's my problem with it. Was I always dreamed as a little kid of like growing up and writing and directing a Island of Dr. Moreau movie, right?
That's the motherfucker though. That's like pre-Turtles.
Yes.
That's the Jim. But no one really talks about it. I mean, I seen a comic, not too long ago with some badass art.
The original story.
Yeah, we need one. We need a new one. We need a new one with more characters.
Right. But here's the thing. When that came out, and I thought it sucked ass and was a huge disappointment, because I remember I was sitting there, I was watching like the climax, and I was like, oh, this is really familiar. What does this remind me of? And I suddenly realized Battle for the Planet of the Apes. And I was just like, what the hell?
And I'm I'm in like 5th or 6th grade watching it. Dude.
Right. That's cool.
I'm just like, whoa, So.
Yeah, sure. But originally they were going to be growing weed, and it was going to be like Cannibal Apocalypse, and it was going to be like really, really, really crazy.
Yeah, that's tight.
And it was going to be like, it was going to be a wild, wild movie. That's why the studio got cold feet at the last second. And
cold feet. That motherfucking Brando, dude. Look at him in there. Like, how do you get cold feet with that motherfucker? You know what I'm talking? Like,
I know.
From the get, that movie's fucking crazy. And I'm not even talking about the anamorphic or creatures. I'm just saying, like,
yes, the humanity
and the way that Kilmer is in the movie, and when he's doing Brando at the end, he started feeding them the drugs at the end. They're all fucking each other in a big fuck pile. But
that's like the original movie was going to be like that, but like crazier.
But slowly building up to that, or a little even crazier too.
Yes. But my point is when that came out, I'm like, great, we're gonna have to wait another 10, 20 years before we get another adaptation of this. It ain't like that now. It ain't like that at all, right? I didn't like the Ang Lee Hulk movie. I thought it was too damn serious, right? And so I was just like, great, we're gonna have to wait 10 years for another Hulk movie? No! The Incredible Hulk came out like what, 2 years later, 3 years later? That was awesome. So if somebody fucks up and screws the pooch, they haven't poisoned the well like in the past, right? And speaking of poisoning the well, here is our man Sim.
What's up?
Hail,
What's
Sim.
up, buddy? Hail, Sim.
It's time for me to take a break, so I'm like, I'll join in. What's up? And you're
Hell
talking about a movie I really like The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, I really like that. I seen that in the theater too.
The movie was like, the end result of it, like you can see all the problems they had in it, like it's fucking obvious. But I love the original book, and I was so hyped about that fucking movie. Like you said, all the actors.
The trailers were good.
Dude, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, the trailers, they sold it good, right?
It was like watching that Jodorowsky's Dune type of thing for me a bit. Like you're like, oh, it's gonna be fucking awesome. And then it comes out and you're like, it's okay, it's good. Like I like some
Battle
stuff
for the Planet of the Apes, dude. Like, I mean, it was a huge disappointment because and like I said, Richard Stanley, like when Hardware came out, that was the epitome of cool. Yeah, everything okay. You had Lemmy in there. You had Iggy Pop. You had freaking Carl McCoy from Fields of the Nephilim. You had Gwar. You had Ministry on the soundtrack. You had Pill on the soundtrack. Everything about that movie was the epitome of cool. And then Dust Devil came out, and we got a butchered version of that, unfortunately. But the full version of that's excellent. And so he was one of those directors which is like, oh, this guy's going to be another Romero. This guy's going to be another Cronenberg. This guy's going to be another Argento. And it didn't happen. Nope. And it didn't happen because...
what happened to all the gore, all the violence, all this... When they go ape shit, they go ape shit,
Yeah. They were going to eat the Panther woman.
There was the Panther. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you would see like a lion person eating another person. Like it's animals. Yeah. And that's the thing that was missing in it. But
yes, the batshit crazy. Right.
Yeah.
But they had built all the stuff, and if I was recommending the documentary Lost Soul, Stanley at one point after he'd been fired walked back on the set dressed as one of the Humanimals, just to kind of hang out and just to see what was going on. But that fucked him up really bad. He didn't make another movie up until The Color Out of Space, which is really a masterpiece. The best movie ever made.
But you know you're going to have problems with the production when your two biggest stars are having issues and hate each other.
Yeah.
And are technically added trying to ruin the goddamn movie because they wanted to get fired. It's kind of weird, but they were both like that. And the two biggest names.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Kilmer and what's his name again?
Kilmer's notorious. The problem with Brando, of course, didn't want to be there, was just doing movies at that time, but by his own admission, just to get paid.
Yeah, he had a bad habit of going, oh, that's a nice paid job, I'll take it, and not knowing what the fuck he was getting into.
Yeah, wouldn't read the source.
The same thing happened with Superman. He had no idea what the fuck he was getting into. He said
it himself. For a remake. That's a movie I want to see remade, but no fucking Jared Leto CGI fucking.
No, I don't want to see that movie remake. I don't want to see that fucking movie remade. I want to see an actual
adaptation
of the novel. Yeah,
properly adapted.
Exactly. It's not a remake if it's based on on a literary source. And that original story. See, here's the thing that people get wrong about H.G. Wells. He's always thought of as like a science fiction author. All of his major books, War of the Worlds, The Invisible Man,
sci-fi horror.
They're sci-fi horror.
Yeah, and I loved it.
Oh my god! And especially with
Guy Pearce.
I'm sorry,
hey, dude. People were surprised when I came out with the second
Time Machine.
Story.
Rod Taylor was in the first one, and Guy Pearce was in the remake. But I'm sorry,
I like that one.
I was going to say, like, I surprised everybody back in the days when they were expecting the second story of Not the Merc after the first one, and I came out like, if you remember what Prelude is, that's a fucking sci-fi horror, and people were like, "What the fuck?" And I didn't announce like when it came out, it was just called Fate. Like,
well, it's great when you can catch the anthology. Yeah.
And people were like, "Hey, that guy looks like Nat," and they thought that the main guy was Nat until you're like, ah.
But there's also no reason why you can't have a Nat the Merc story that's horrific. There's no reason why you can't have a horror story in that universe.
It was my way of hinting to you that this ain't no this ain't no joyride in that universe. You know, it goes dark pretty well. Like another thing was with the Rose one. Like it starts weird, but in midway you're like, fuck.
yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, Tales from the Naviverse, everybody, go back that shit now. Like I keep saying, heavy metal isn't heavy metal anymore. It's this fucking, low T, soy, fucking Mark Waid, Alex DeCampi, just castrated version. Heavy metal isn't heavy metal anymore. Nat the Merc is heavy metal. That'll fucking give you your fix for sure. Anyways, movie we're talking about tonight, 30 Days a Night, based originally on the comic book by Ben Temple-Smith was the artist, and the writer was...
Steve Niles.
Steve Niles, yes. And Steve Niles was a guy who got his start by... he wanted to do a graphic novel adaptation of I Am Legend, the novel by Richard Matheson, which we still have not gotten a proper adaptation of. Speaking of, adaptations of great horror novels. So he contacts Richard Matheson, and he's like, hey, how much for the rights, for the comic book rights? And Matheson was like, I don't know, I'll let him have you for like $100, right? Because he realized that this wasn't like a studio, this wasn't a big company, this was just some kid that was just reaching out to him, and it was like, $100. And Niles was such a broke ass bitch, he had to borrow those $100.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so he illustrated the thing himself. He put it out. What can I say? Niles is not a very good illustrator, and it looks terrible. And I really wasn't crazy about it, but it got his foot in the door. It got him noticed. And the thing, of course, that eventually really put him on the map was 30 Days of Night, which is based on a premise that is so clever and yet so obvious. It's one of those things. It's just like, why didn't you think of that, Dummkopf?
There's
right?
a lot of stuff out there like that still hasn't been done yet.
It's right because the story takes place in a town in Alaska. It's like the most it's the northernmost point of the United States, right? So it's Alaska, but if you look at Alaska on the map, that ain't America. That's like that's way up there. That's America, kind of like Hawaii's America. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like way mad crazy north. And so when you're living at that kind of an elevation, you know, people in countries like Finland and Norway and Iceland also, you're talking about nights that last for months.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, you want to talk about like seasonal affective disorder, right? Lack of sunlight and all. Oh my God. A month of just straight up fucking darkness?
Dude.
You know, right? It would be
Insomnia, where it's light, like Nolan with Pacino. That was a good one.
Oh, very good. Yeah, a remake of a very good Scandinavian movie that had come out just like 2 years before, but a very good one. I thought. I still think the original is better, but that's when Hollywood was just remaking movies just to have them in English, and now Americans have learned to read subtitles, or are starting to learn to read subtitles because of all the great stuff that's coming out of Korea, and you know, like Squid Game and all that stuff. So, but yeah, if you're somebody like me or Matt or Sim or Steve Niles, what are you gonna think of when you think of that? Like, oh man, like a month of night sounds like a vampire party.
Yeah,
nothing like a vampire party. Right. So naturally, it's about a town that is besieged by vampires. The art was spectacular. I still think it's an amazing looking book. I don't think that Niles' writing was where it quite needed to be yet. There is a character, for instance, that's in a subplot that is really just there to deliver a helicopter. Right? I mean, and you realize it's like, I get it. He's being a little Stephen King here. He's kind of, you know, like it's like the Scatman Crothers character from The Shining, for those of you that aren't that familiar with the original novel. You know, where his purpose is to deliver that vehicle for them to escape, basically, and to get killed, of course. But the artwork was spectacular. It was a huge hit. Let's see. I don't want to show too much too ahead of time. By the way, that's a nice little poster.
Dude, that looks like Danny Houston and Josh Hartnett merged together and had a son.
Yeah, it kind of does. Like they were thrown into like one of the teleportation pods from the fly.
The hair looks like Houston in a cloak, and then the fucking face looks like Hartnett a little bit.
Yeah,
up until the nose above, and the mouth looks like.
And we're gonna get into the cast in this movie, because
I love black and red like that. Oh, I fucking love it. Like, on a side note, real quick, Geronimo, that guy artist Geronimo that does the Blood Realm, he fucking does it. Like, I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, is that beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that I loved about the advertising campaign is that it was very informed by Ben Templesmith's art. I don't know if he himself was involved in these posters. I don't think he was.
I don't think he was.
But they were going off of
they do look Photoshop off pictures. So it looks like more of a designer job. Like, look at that face.
Yeah. Yep. And you notice also prominently says based on the graphic novel.
That's cool, man. That they even put that on there. You know.
I know.
And the movie was great. Like I really liked that one.
He got to go to the set. He said he was on Skit's show. And he was saying he got to go to the set, but that was pretty much it.
And this is one of the things I love about Steve Niles. For one thing, if you go to his Twitter page, he's somebody that I think is very careful about avoiding getting canceled, because the only thing he ever posts pictures of or talks about is this giant tortoise.
Yeah, he's pretty chill on he's pretty chill on the Twitter, and I met him at Comic-Con. Really nice guy.
That's what I've heard.
He had a book coming out about some like it was like a noir like roadshow type Carney type book, you know. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man. It was in Detroit, and I was like, my grandpa's from Detroit. He was a cop back then, and da-da-da. And I kind of, was talking to him, and he's a real nice guy, dude. Real nice.
That's
guy.
what I always heard. That's what I always heard.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that definitely endeared him to me was when he sold the rights. It was, I think, on Word Balloon, which used to be this podcast, which was like the comics interview show, right? And it was, this is pre SJWs and everything like that. So it was, I stopped listening to it once I had to start paying fealty to those motherfuckers. So what happened was, there were like he said that he saw it in the press, like how crazy it was to like open like Variety or the Hollywood Reporter, and it said like Spider-Man Sam Raimi has bought the rights to 30 Days of Night by Steve Niles, and he was like, no, fuck you, Evil Dead Sam Raimi.
Yeah, right. That's what's up.
That's
right. Yeah.
Boy. Yeah. And he was especially psyched because it looked like at one point Sam Raimi was going to be the director of it.
That's what I thought. Like from the get, I was already on board with this motherfucker.
Yeah, without a doubt. And instead, the directing duties went to David Slade, who did a really good job. When Matt suggested this movie, I have to
I'll
admit,
be back in a second. Okay, I just don't want to cut you off. I'll be right back.
No, it's all good, brother. We'll keep your seat warm. But I have to admit, I was not feeling it. I was kind of like, 30 Days of Night. Like, oh, come on, man. We should be doing like shit that's a little less mainstream, that people haven't heard of. But then again, sometimes it is also good to do stuff that people have heard of. And, and not just always do obscure shit.
This is the part I want to hear.
But I also hadn't seen the movie since 2007. And I have been known to be wrong. When I first saw Freaks, for instance, when that first came out on VHS, that was an event. I'm talking about the Todd Browning movie Freaks from 1932, I think? I forget it. Sometime in the early 30s, right? And it was the movie that destroyed his career because he used real human oddities in it.
Ooh,
pinheads, people without Johnny Eck, the half boy. It destroyed his career because they're like, he was exploiting these people, right? And so it was one of those movies they never showed on TV, and you always heard about it. And so it became the stuff of legend, and you started thinking about it and imagining what the heck is going on in that movie, that people are so freaked out by it. And that came out on VHS, and I was kind of like, meh. And then I watched it again a few years later, and I was like, dude, what the hell were you like? How were you not impressed by this? How were you not blown away? And same thing happened also with Demons. The first time I saw Demons, the Lamberto Bava movie, right? I was kind of like, meh. And then I watched it again a few years later. I'm like, wait a second. This is awesome. This is like complete, total cinematic mayhem. You've got cocaine sniffing punks and fucking pimps and people turning into demons and a dude riding around on a motorcycle with a katana and a helicopter crashing through the ceiling. Complete batshit insanity. So I think sometimes it is important to take a look at movies that you didn't like the first time around. Give them another chance. My main beef with this movie had been because it had Josh Hartnett in it, and because I kept watching the thing and going, oh my God, if Bill Paxton had been in this instead, it would be a classic.
Yeah, right? Like a couple other actors could have came in here and just fucking,
Oh my God. Right? And well, first of all, you can never get enough Bill Paxton to begin with. May he rest in peace, right? You can never get enough Bill Paxton to begin with, but he would have been perfect for this
Texas
character.
Rising. Oh yeah, totally.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot. I mean, even like there's a lot. You know, like Clint Eastwood would have been good in here. There's Powers Booth. You know, there's a lot of people. A lot of people that could have done it. I mean, you could do the younger, that's in here right now, which I like. You know,
what up, Eric? Well, here's the thing. Like I said, Josh Hartnett is a male model, not an actor, but he actually tries in this, and he makes an effort, and he's not entirely up to the job. But then I think of all the classic horror movies that I love. Yeah. Where, you know, you have these incredibly bland leading men because it's the villains and the monsters that are the
yeah. And the support, like Ben Foster, dude. You know, you don't know what's coming. You know, like
my god, Ben Foster's fantastic in this. He's another guy who deserves to be way more famous than he is.
And Manette Burnett, Deathstroke. We got Deathstroke in there as his partner. You know, and they're doing the little like Sherlock Holmesian, you know, Batman shit in the beginning. You know, with you know. And the Danny Houston, this was his Gateway movie. This motherfucker kicked the gates open for him, you know. And then going back and rewatching this because I haven't watched it in years, and seeing all of the movies he's done, you know, with all the different villains, you know, just like, wow, you know. And that one line, there's always this one line that always sticks with me from this movie, you know, when he's about to kill that lady they're using as bait. He's just like, oh God, you know, and he's just like, no God, and it's just like there's this ancient, you know, vampire like feel to him that he's been around for at least 200, 300, maybe more, 500 years, you know, and he really sells it, man. And just the vampires are fucking evil, like fiends, and they're sadomasochistic. They're fucking psychopaths. They're not there just to feed. Like they don't even drink blood the whole time. They're there to fuck shit up. They're sadistic. They're wasting blood. They're wasting blood. Like they're like, dude, go, like they're wasting the blood right there. Like
this is an orgy. This is an orgy.
It is
what it is.
It's very like it reminded me of Elric a little bit from Monteboné.
Yes. That's the thing about the vampires in this. First of all, they're super deadly apex predators. They're quick, they're strong, they're ferocious. They cannot pass for human in any way, shape, or form. Okay. And at the same time, it's not like they're just feeding machines. They're sadistic. Yeah. And so one of the things that this film does in a really beautiful way that I think it does better than the comic book is that it gives you this sense of evil. And the, you know, evil for the sake of evil. And oh man, I mean, these are fiends. These are absolutely just you know, creatures you wouldn't think twice about fucking taking a flamethrower to.
It's a slow build too, like the way they slowly take out the town, the way they slowly just take things apart, like very like systematically. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. And then they use again Ben Foster. He was you know, he was in Punisher. Here we go full circle again with Thomas Jane. He was doing a lot of these like I don't know what the fuck happened to that guy. 310 to Yuma. He just had all these like juicy little roles. He's one of those like I'm not saying like when I was younger I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a Ben Foster. I wanted to be a Gary Oldman. I wanted to be that motherfucker in the background. You know, like I love these actors that do that. They're the best. You know what I mean? They're the juicy. You know.
He was the only starring role I've seen him in was in Pandorum.
Pandorum, I got that one. That movie's fucking very underrated. We should do that.
I think so too. I
would say X-Men First Class and also the Mechanic because I guess he does some martial arts. Like he gets down. Like he knows some karate or some shit. I've seen him pull it off pretty good in some movies.
Well, he's one of those guys that you could tell really prepares. And the remake of 310 to Yuma. You could tell like his pistol tricks were like on point.
And he will like steal the movie from whoever. Like it don't matter who's on the motherfucker. He's gonna steal it. Like he steals it from Hartnett. He steals it from Thomas Jane. He fucking steals it from Bale. Like easily. Like in every movie that I've seen him in. Just for like you gotta like pry the movie back from him. That the lead Ben Foster.
Ben Foster.
With the exception of X-Men First Class, they kind of like You know, he's
Who
just
was
playing
in that
Angel in
again?
there. He played Archangel.
Oh,
Not
okay.
X-Men First Class. It might have been First Class. No, it wasn't First Class. It was the third one, Last Stand.
Yeah.
Brett Ratner's movie.
Oof. Ouch. That's why I don't remember him in that.
Yeah, it was
the Apocalypse one. Yeah.
dog shit. Well, and actually, that one's even worse.
They stopped being good after 2.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. 2 is the best. I liked First Class a lot. Oddly, I liked Apocalypse. I wasn't expecting to at all.
Really?
I think, yeah, and I think it's because Days of Future Past was such a disappointment that I went in expecting nothing, and so I was like, oh, well, that was a total shit. It was
I gotta
alright.
go back and give it another watch.
I can see that. I just think that they ruin Apocalypse.
My
Like,
favorite
they had the chance of like they had like a godlike character and they reduced him to nothing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say reduced him to nothing.
they
but
reduced him to Moon Knight.
Well,
Another
yeah,
Egyptian, by the way. But he's a good actor.
right. Oscar Isaacs or not?
Yeah.
Oscar, I don't think. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Moon Knight series. I'm actually
Looks sad as
not-
fuck.
Oh man, like where the fuck was the giant fucking Apocalypse growing size, growing fucking arms with
He looked like Ivan
that's what he was, and where the
he
fuck
could
is
have been more
that?
formidable. Yeah, he could have definitely been more
This guy.
formidable.
That
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
right there with the bald head, he's like the fucking mini boss for the whole movie, right?
Yeah, he
Mhm.
is. Yeah, he is.
And
Yeah,
the eyes, like you're saying, they're inhuman, 24/7. There's no way you can fucking have them walk in the street. There's no sexiness to them. Again, it comes
No.
back to Subspecies 2 a little bit. You know what I
Right.
mean? In some way, you know what I mean?
Well,
but they're
it's
more
important-
monstrous.
It's important to remember that when Steve Niles did this, vampires had been romanticized to a extraordinary degree. We're talking about the Anne Rice vampires, right? Now,
Yeah.
I love Interview with the Vampire. I think it's a brilliant novel. I think it's a classic and a masterpiece. The sequel's not so much. The movie by Neil Jordan I thought was superb.
Love it. Yeah.
Right? But we're talking about pretty vampires, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
There's nothing pretty or charming or interesting about these creatures. They're just sadistic killing machines. That's it.
Look at that Widow's Peak on that motherfucker. He looked like Bela
Oh
Lugosi.
my god.
Look at
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi getting smoke a little nod. No, but not really. But yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? You might be surprised. Sometimes a lot of things that you think
That's
are
a good still. Butter.
coincidence aren't.
Yeah, I like that still. Imagine that in black and red. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, man, without a doubt. But yeah, no, I have to say, I really enjoyed this.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm glad, dude. I'm glad because I really like this movie a lot. Like I think it has a lot to offer. I fucking love movies that are out in the snow. Like I love
Dude,
The Thing.
I do too.
It
It's
was
the best snow movie since The Thing. In my
It was a
humble
cool,
opinion.
refreshing, original take on vampires. That's why I love the John Carpenter vampires so much.
too.
And it was-
Yeah,
Underrated.
and
I gotta go back and
and-
watch that. I only watched.
and you
it
guys
like
know
once.
that those are the vampires that inspired Blood Hunt, and that's
Yep.
what Blood Hunt was all about. Was like no romantic shenanigans here. They're fucking beasts, and
Fiends.
they
Well, not
predate,
fiends.
like they come
Yeah.
from the darkness before mankind. So
Yeah.
that's what it is.
And I've seen Dark Days too. Dark Days was pretty cool. Like they dive into the lore a little bit.
I really
And
like
And
that.
here they hint at the lore. That's why I like this one too, though. They
Dude,
hint at the
you
lore.
you should definitely check Requiem, the series by Pat Mills. As the
my
vampire,
God.
it's freaking good.
Amazing. I second that.
They have it's technically like a story that takes place in the afterlife in a way, like it's in the vampire dimension, you could say.
Right.
It's
Right.
pretty goddamn awesome.
That's
It
cool.
is. It
Reminds
is.
me of Legacy Kane a little bit.
Yeah, it's
On steroid.
it's terrific. Well, look, I mean, Matt's going to go crazy over those, right? Just to give you an example, first of all, it's metal as fuck, right?
Except
Art's
Lorenzo.
incredible. The vampires. You've got vampire knights that are in metal as fuck armor, and they're firing these guns that fire stakes.
Oh,
And when
yeah.
they fire, they make a sound. They go tepish, tepish, tepish.
See, for me, like if I'm doing a vampire, like if I was to write a vampire or werewolf universe, there's gonna be different styles and different You know, you're gonna get the little weak ones, and like
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
it's
There's
gonna be like
different
Castlevania. It's gonna be like there's different orders.
Oh,
you know?
and they don't get they age backwards.
I see.
So like the
Benjamin
king is
Button.
like this little evil little baby.
Benjamin buttoned out.
Yes, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, you're gonna love those.
What's this again? Requiem, he said.
Requiem.
Yeah, here, hold on.
Okay, I'll check that shit out.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
pretty
assume the
awesome.
vampires-
It's by Pat Mills and an artist called Lacroix.
I would say too about this movie. I like the dude from Sons of Anarchy, the heavyset guy from Batman Begins. He plays Floss in Batman Begins. He's my favorite character in here. I like that big fucking. He has a big snowplow. He just takes out some vampires in here, and there's a scene at the end. Like fuck it, dude. I'm spoiling it, guys. This movie's been out forever.
I need to
He
rewatch
fucking has
this
that
movie.
big fucking. He has that big like chainsaw car where
Mhm.
he's just like chainsawing all the vampires, and he kills himself in the town saloon at the end. That guy's my favorite. And then I see, I'm like, I like this actor, you know. And I had never watched Sons of Anarchy. I watched Sons of Anarchy like probably like a year or two ago. Like that's the guy from Batman Begins and 30 Days a Night, and he's a biker. He's fucking badass, you know. And so you know, I was watching that, and there's this one shot.
Foster?
Not Ben Foster. There's a heavyset guy that lives in the outskirts of town. He's the loner. He's
Oh,
my
that
favorite guy.
dude. Yeah.
He's my favorite my favorite character in the movie.
Definitely.
But I also like the bad guy too, and I like the There's a shot where it's an aerial shot in the movie where you're kind of going around, and you can see all the vampires like when they go full frenzy orgy mode, where just fucking, like going crazy.
That's
This
like my
aerial
favorite
shot's
shot
bad.
in the movie. That's
Yeah,
my
me-
favorite shot in the
me
movie.
too.
Aerial shot.
And
of
it doesn't
the-
look like a drone either. It doesn't have that drone feel to it. It has that crane feel to it.
Yeah,
I like
because
the
they didn't
crane.
have drones back then.
Exactly. And the crane, I like the crane. It feels better. You know what I mean? And
I'm surprised at how beautiful drone photography is. I
No,
remember
it's good.
seeing it for
It's
the
good.
first time at the Standing Rock protests.
yeah.
You know, that's when they were like putting a pipeline through like these Native American people's land because fuck them. What are they going to do? Right.
yeah.
And they were protesting and they were bringing in mercenaries. They were hosing these people down with freezing cold water in the freezing cold, trying to give them hypothermia. And there was no press. No press showed up because they didn't give a fuck, right? But there was drone photography by some of the activists. And I had never seen drone photography before, and I couldn't believe how beautiful it was.
Well, it's
it was
clean.
so
It's
fucking
clean.
smooth.
That's what I'm saying. It's so clean though. That's why I like this because it
Right.
has that film look to it. Even it's probably a digital camera, like you know, but it looks so good. Oh, fuck around. That's
Well,
metal as fuck, dude.
Boing, oing, 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 oing. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's yeah. I gotta.
Is
get
this you or what?
that. Dude?
That's got you written all over it, dude.
Damn, dude. I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to check on.
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
Amazon.
One of the reasons why you never heard of it
Fucking
is 'cause
jizz, bro. Fuck.
Pat
Damn.
Mills is British, but
Yes.
he's been doing those books in Europe. So that's
they're
published in French first.
Dude, look
Yeah.
at that fucking werewolf.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude. You
Oh,
definitely want to
dude.
go watch that. Yeah.
Motherfucker. Damn.
What did I tell you? What did I
Oh,
tell you?
man.
I knew it.
I think I have the first 5 issues. I need to catch up, but yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, dude, look at the dragons, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking insane. I'm telling
shit.
you.
It is.
It's a vampire world.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I've
And-
seen that. I've seen that from somewhere. I've seen that picture before. Maybe
It
Sim
was
showed it.
it was showed in heavy metal. I've shown it before in the Bidet world. We've talked about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat, we've covered Pat Mills because it was he was a big player in 2000 AD.
2080.
Oh man, fucking digging that artwork, bro.
Now,
He's the,
Kinda
he's,
reminds-
he's the
kinda
writer
reminds
and
me of
creator.
Bisley a little bit, and some
He's the
spots.
writer. He's the writer and creator of Slain as well. That he worked on with
Oh,
Bisley.
I've seen
Yes.
Slain. I've seen Slain before.
Mhm.
Yeah. But Bisley.
Badass.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, come on, look at this shit. It's like there's some Warhammer 40K
Yeah,
shit
dude,
going on in here. Look at this.
it's
I love
so
that
like
shit, dude. I love that shit, bro.
it's so Mech Warriors too.
Love
It's
oh, look at
amazing.
the back. That looks like that's a metal album cover right there. It looks like fucking Jester Race by In Flames.
dude,
Dark Fortress.
dude,
Fucking
seriously?
badass.
Dude, you need these.
Yep.
No, I need those, bro. I'm gonna get them.
If these are out of print, if these are out of print, you can't get them. I will send you mine because
Oh, man.
you need them that bad.
Yeah, dude,
I
it's
need to get
fucking
those.
awesome.
Do you know what I'm saying? Oh man. So yeah, one of the things that I love also is the ship showing up at the beginning. We
That
all
shot,
know
right?
we all know what that is, right? That's basically the Demeter.
What? I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
it is.
basically the Demeter.
It is.
The Demeter.
No, you're right. I feel you. I
Right.
see what you're saying.
In the original Bram Stoker novel, the Demeter is the ship that Dracula travels to England on, right?
Oh,
And that's
Right.
the best chapter in that novel.
It's the same shit.
damn. They can make a movie
Well,
of that. They can
right.
make a movie of that. 30
Right.
Days a Night, fucking, The Last Voyage or some shit.
Well, the thing is, in Dark Days, the sequel to this, which I
Yeah.
also highly recommend, they go on this ship at the end.
Oh, that
Dude,
makes
I
sense.
remember I remember reading a comic. I think it was European or something about that. It was on the boat with multiple type of vampires.
I love that shot. I love these shots where you see him like the boat, and this fool's a fucking
Ominous.
Who is he? Who is he? Okay, that's the Demeter. Who's he?
Renfield,
That's the motherfucking Ben Foster Renfield right there.
That yeah. People that aren't that, like, I was watching this with my housemate last night, and he really doesn't know anything about horror, so it's always interesting watching horror movies with him. He loved this. He really enjoyed it. But
He
he
love this movie, dude. I'm telling you, like, just
It's very good. It's very good.
Oh, that movie's fucking tight as fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's very good. And thanks for suggesting this, because I wasn't about to give this another chance, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's one of the last ones.
Yeah,
One of the last ones in theaters that had this big fucking tentpole that had this big roar behind it. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about? Like, there wasn't that many after this, brother. The tentpole horror movies in cinema that this big. You know what I mean? They just don't do it no more.
No, they don't.
They got this Pan's Labyrinth. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think of a bunch
Malignant.
of them. Well, I mean, but still, Malignant still kind of. A lot of
The
people don't even
James
have
Wan
heard.
movies,
Which one?
the Conjuring movies.
Those ones, but this one was really big. It seemed like when it came. Oh no, The Conjuring was fucking huge though. No, the James Wan movies were huge. Conjuring was big. I take that back. That movie's fucking huge.
Yeah,
So was
and
Sinister One.
Yeah. I loved Sinister. Oh well, that's the thing. Sinister was a movie also where I was like, oh great. It's like, why do they keep putting Ethan Hawke in fucking horror movies?
Oh yeah.
Stop. Right? Because once again, he's one of those actors. That dude's not an actor. He's a male model.
I'm not.
Right?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Sinister.
That
I'm sorry.
movie's so good. That movie's
thinking of something
Sinister is so good that
another
was
movie.
like, even he couldn't bring that down. But I'm
Was it
sorry.
Sinister?
You were about to say, Matt?
No, I was thinking of another movie, Insidious. Insidious was so big. Insidious was the big
Yeah, those
one.
are huge.
Sinister wasn't huge.
No,
Sinister wasn't huge,
no.
and it was fucking scary.
Oh,
it was James Wansian, and it's fucked up. And I'm gonna say it. I don't give a fuck. These James Wan movies, like Insidious and that one and The Conjuring, they're fucking terrifying, bro. Like, not all of them,
Right.
but The Conjuring one's terrifying, Insidious one's terrifying, and the one with Ethan Hawke, I just said it, with the Bagul. I can't think of the name right now.
Yeah.
But that one was fucking terrifying.
The
bro.
sequel's
I'm
very
sorry.
good too.
Yeah, it was.
Sinister 2 is very good as well.
It was.
Yeah. So it's it's not that they're not making good, like, well, that's the thing though. These aren't
This one was
huge
huge.
movies.
This one was
Yeah.
huge. It had like Josh Hartnett, like the last. Okay, World War Z. That would probably be another one. But
Right.
It wasn't. I didn't like World War Z. I didn't like it.
Shit.
It wasn't scary.
Yeah, and you know what? I love Brad Pitt. You know, he's a terrific actor, but he gets a big fuck you from me. Not that, he cares, but Brad, fuck you for doing World War Z and just buying the rights to the novel just for the title.
Yeah,
Could have made it like
right?
this.
Novel?
They would have made it like this, but like out in the desert, it could have been something.
The novel of World War Z is...
Never read it.
Oh, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to
It
yourself.
was fucking awesome. I have to get the audio.
The audio book is awesome. The audio book is awesome because the book is structured in interviews, right? Basically, the zombie war is over. Max Brooks is one of the survivors, and he's interviewing people, getting their stories. So each chapter offers you a different part of the zombie war from a specific person's perspective that was in a specific part of the world at that time. And there's great voice actors on there. Henry Rollins is on there. Mark Hamill is on there.
I like that guy. I like Rollins.
A lot of I mean, I love Henry because he has absolutely zero talent and he knows it, and he hasn't let that stop him.
I'm not really into to his band or
no, he's terrible.
Or Black Flag that much. I mean, I understand what he did for the scene, the genre, but I like him as an entertainer. I know it sounds funny.
I like him as a dude.
I like him as an actor and the fucking video game character and the fucking outspoken guy, you know, that type of shit. He's kind of reminds me of your boy Zach a little bit, where he's like he's that guy, like that odd guy that's seen a lot of shit, you know.
He's in a good movie.
He has a point of view.
Yes. And Henry is one of those people I just like as just a dude, right? And I'm not joking when I say one of the things I admire about him is that he has zero talent and he hasn't let that stop him or get in the way.
I personally want to go that far. I think for sure he's a damn good entertainer, like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. But that's a stretch. Schwarzenegger, I think he has
but Schwarzenegger has charisma out the ass.
He has multiple talents, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I do. As a personality, right? One of the things that Henry actually did a horror movie recently that you would enjoy.
His name is something, right?
He never died.
I saw that movie. That's what I was saying. As an actor, and that was the movie I was thinking.
Yeah, it was good.
And it was watchable.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
He was good in that. The guy who wrote it actually wrote it for Henry Rollins, like thinking of Henry Rollins in that part too.
It sounds weird because the scenes that I liked were the scenes where he was just talking in like diners and restaurants and shit.
Yes,
that was the shit I liked about it.
Not when he's eating people, but yeah.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this movie's like whatever. But like, as a wannabe writer, I think of little things like that, or like I like where he's talking about his shit. You know what I mean? And for some reason, that for me that's funny that you say that, like it was written for Rollins, like because that's the type of person he is. And I've listened to him in interviews where he goes and does things and goes to parties with Will Shatner. He's getting invited to hang out with Will Shatner for no fucking reason. You probably heard that shit, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, he's a great storyteller. He did all these spoken word records. He goes on spoken word tours. One of the things that he does, I think, is super cool is whatever country we're supposed to hate. He goes there specifically because we're like, this is who like America hates right now. Yeah, he'll go to that country and hang out with the people, get to know them, and he'll bring a hard drive with him. And everywhere he goes, it's loaded up with music, right? It's like a big 10 terabyte hard drive, and he'll share the music that's on there with whoever he runs into, but also he'd be like, hey, you got any local bands? Put their shit on there too.
Oh, that's tight as fuck.
Yeah. And
I like Rollins more than Black Flag. I'm sorry.
Black Flag was never a good band.
Sorry, dog. I like Liar. Like that was what got me into them. And they were on the Crow soundtrack. And like I was like, okay, this guy Henry Rollins band. All right. That sounds kind of cool. It sounds like a biker or something, Yep. It's like no, it's a fucking punker dude that's fucking one of the first punkers that got in there.
Oh yeah, he's an OG. It's just that Black Flag was never a particularly good band.
Well, I just never got into him. You know what I mean?
No, me neither.
I just respond to shit, and I'm down to listen to any style of music for so long. And here's that scene. Oh man, there's so much to like about this movie. And before I forget, I'm gonna have to put it in there. That fucking ending, I love it. You get the fucking boss fight at the end. You get that comic book fucking scene at the end, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking right to the head. Johnny Houston. Ah!
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, you've got the scene. I mean, there's some CGI gore in this that I'm not especially happy about.
My favorite scene in the movie right here.
But there is that great moment where this dude is driving this ice cutter, which basically... Ice cutter.
It's the chainsaw, sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's basically what it is. It's a tractor with a giant fucking chainsaw on it. Yeah. It looks like it should be on like the arm of like a giant mech warrior or something, right?
This actor from Sons of Anarchy and Batman Begins reading for this like getting the screen, like getting the script. Yeah, we want you to be in this movie. You're like, oh fuck yeah, giant chainsaw on the ice. I'm fucking there, bro. You know what I mean?
There's this great moment. There's this great moment where, like, you know, vampires are crawling all because basically he's like, it's my turn to create the distraction, right?
Oh,
And so he's got all these vampires on his ass, jumping all over, and then one of them falls on the giant chainsaw blade, and you see it go
yeah.
like
And he
right
just
through his
rolling over
body.
them. They're like, ah! Like that, like rolling over
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, it's like doing turns and shit. Yeah,
He's
very,
a line
very
too.
cool.
My favorite, probably one of my favorite lines, if not my favorite in the movie, is Josh Hartnett gives him a fucking ticket for putting oil all over the place. You know,
Yes.
and I love this character because he's a fucking, you know, he's all by himself. He's a loner. You know,
That's why he's
a,
there.
I forget the name. I'm sorry. It's not a loner, but it's something else. He's all
No,
by
he's a
himself.
loner.
He's a
Yeah, yeah,
loner,
yeah.
but then there's another word. There's two other words for it, and they escape me, and I use them all the time. But he's out there. He's all by himself, and he has to give him the ticket, so he's just to remind him that he's part of this community. You know what I mean? Just to check that fool, so he doesn't,
Yes.
you know. And this guy's watching. He's lurking. He's like the Batman of this fucking universe in some ways. And this fool Hartnett's kind of like the Nightwing that survives.
Right.
So I like the ending too. He doesn't fucking survive. I like that.
I do too. I do too.
So,
He
I don't know.
sacrifices himself, yeah. And injects himself with vampire blood because there's no way that he's fighting the vampires otherwise. One of the things I love about this scene is how that character, he's just like, fuck it, you're not drinking my blood.
Yeah.
And he blows himself up, but then his body gets thrown clear. And he's
fucked
still
up.
alive. And we're like, oh no, he's still alive.
Oh, that's fucking metal. That's some Lovecraft shit right there. Like,
Mhm.
damn, why the fuck's he?
That's
still
why I
alive?
love that movie so much. It's like it's dark and it's like it was refreshing, like watching Return of the Living Dead with the zombie genre. It was that refreshing to see that zombie. Like I said, when we watch vampires, when you go watch vampire, first time I wanted to see that, and they dig themselves in a hole in a desert to sleep, and the
I love
cross
that scene.
doesn't do shit to them.
Yes.
And you're like,
Yeah.
huh. I
Yeah.
like that aspect of it, and that's why you got in there. And still to this day, it's on top there with my favorite vampire movies. That's what vampires to me are.
Yes.
You know, that and Bram Stoker, like, except the more romanticized version. But
Yeah.
Well, the Hammer vampires, you know, Dracula, also pure evil.
Yeah.
And right?
Demon. He's a
uh,
demon, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, he's very satanic, really.
But that's what he is. He turned against
demon.
God, and he drinks. You know, technically, he drinks the blood of God.
I feel like Dracula, real quick, was a human that turned into a spirit. A demon came in and took that spirit over, and it's a pure demon now. That's what I think.
To me,
That's a good idea.
it's more than that. It's to elude that anybody can become a demon.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, because
if
we
you-
all have
if
the
you-
devil in us.
If you lose your path and you lose yourself to anger and revenge, that's all it is. He
Yeah.
lost something, he can't deal with it, can't cope with it, wants everybody to fucking pay for it.
Yes.
If it's Vlad the
Yeah.
Impaler, which I assume it is, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
For my take on Dracula, it's always Vlad. It's always
It was
gonna be
always
Vlad.
it was always
going to be
hinted
Vlad.
that- it was always hinted that he's the inspiration of it.
yes.
Yeah,
There's
that or
lines in it.
Attila.
Yes, right. The blood of Attila runs through these veins. There's that scene that's in the Jess Franco Count Dracula that we covered on this show, where which has Christopher Lee with the mustache, with the gray hair, looking
Yeah.
exactly like the character, reading dialogue from the novel, and he gives that wonderful speech, right? The
Thanks.
blood of Attila runs into these veins, and so on and so forth.
Gary did that shit too in Bram Stoker's.
Oh, did he? It's been a while since I've seen that too.
He does it pretty over the top. That's like the scene when he
Oh,
pulls
of
out a
course.
big sword and he's just like,
Yeah, well, that whole movie is over the top. You know, that's
he's like
that's
about to
the
cry
charm.
with passion the way he's saying the lines in that specific line. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Look at those
It's
teeth though, man. There's
I
not
know.
just four. There's not just two canines. There's fucking a whole mouthful of them. You know,
rows. Yeah,
Mhm.
shark
That's-
teeth.
that's where it's almost like, are they vampires? It's almost there. You know what I mean? They are to me. They're vampires.
Of
I
course,
guess.
yeah. They drink blood.
Boy,
Well, they're
it's
vampire,
like-
but they
they
don't
burn
just
up in the
drink blood,
sun. Yeah, it's just
it's
we were talking about before about how certain characters like Batman, Superman, Frankenstein, Dracula, how these characters are become so mythic that they're open to an endless variety of interpretations. Same thing with vampires. Same thing with werewolves. there's always somebody that's going to find a new take.
Like that, and that's me too. And for me, like I'm always looking for the new take. So like with this movie, I was like, fuck yeah. And then you show me Subspecies 2, and I was like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm always looking for the new take, and I want to see it. You know, and I also want to make sure I'm not like, if I want to create something, I don't want to like step on something. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Too much. You're gonna step on something no matter what. But I mean, like,
yes.
you know,
yes.
It's always cool. I mean, as say someone might like something I'm doing or whatever, like you're gonna have something entertaining for somebody. Like, oh, this guy's got, like when I watched this movie, whoa, I was fucking blown away by this movie, bro. I'm sorry, like this shit fucking, like, what the fuck, you know?
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Now, how do you guys think that this compares to the comic book? Because obviously it takes a lot of imagery from the comic. The vampires are right out of the comic.
I never read the comic.
I was gonna say the same thing. I never read the comic.
Never read it. I browsed through it, and I still need to get it. Now I got his new comic, the fucking Total Hate or what is it? Original Hate with the Neanderthals. But I want to go back and buy this because I like his art. And I like Steve Niles' writing as well. You know?
Wait a second. Is that has that fulfilled? Has he fulfilled on that yet?
Not yet. No, it's gonna probably be a couple months.
Because that looks dope.
Now imagine this motherfucker directing that.
Oh, it looks really good.
That would be decent, right? It would probably be a decent movie. Like,
oh my god, that could make for a balls out horror movie. Sim, have you seen any of that? Have you seen what that looks like? Ben Templesmith's new joint.
Nope.
It's about a group of correct me if I'm wrong here, Matt. It's about a group of Neanderthals that are like frozen in ice, right? So it's like Iceman or something like that, where they're frozen in ice. They thaw them out, and
got it.
Well, yeah, and Encino Man meets like a Dawn of the Dead maybe because
30 Days a Night.
When they come out,
I was just making a joke. Keep going.
No, I know. I know. That's all good. But it's like these are like some of the last Neanderthals. So they were wiped out by us, Homo erectus. So when they see, like, when they've been thawed out and they suddenly see like a bunch of us around, they just go full bore attack mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like savage. Like,
to me, that could be like
ripped apart and shit. It looks mean.
Yeah, it looks badass, dude. They look fucking scarier than these guys almost.
Yes.
Because they're bigger. Imagine like add like 2 more feet to these motherfuckers, and then like 2 feet wide as well.
Oh man.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks really badass. I'm not sure if I backed that yet or not, but
I think it's over. I backed it though. I was like, dude, like. I usually just back Comicsgate books, but I saw that I was just like, "Fuck, dude!"
No,
I'll back whatever the fuck I want, but it's just like,
yes,
I saw that and I was just like, dude, I gotta get this shit. You know what I mean?
Me, I remember not getting the book because as you know, like I'm a bit picky on the art aspect.
Sure,
yeah,
that's okay.
I hear you.
That's okay.
But I will pick it up eventually because I did really like the story.
Oh, you're talking about
more of a trade guy,
Oh yeah, no, me too. I mean, I know some people love their long boxes and all that stuff. If I could trade in my long boxes just for like these or omnibus editions and shit like that. Except now you got to fucking bust a move with the omnibus editions, because if you don't get them when they first come out, you're paying like $600.
I know. I got all the ones that I wanted.
Yeah, boy. And doubles of one of yeah, boy.
And I'm gonna be doing a big giveaway on my channel when I reach 1,000 subs and get monetized. Somebody's gonna be getting one of those copies of because I got a double copy of X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee, the first omnibus.
Nice.
And as soon as I reach like 1,000 sub and I'm monetized on my channel, I'm doing a giveaway for my followers.
Fuck yeah. I am down. Oh, I want
and
my.
And I got 2 copies of it. I showed you. That and the Meta Baron.
Yes, you did.
The Meta Baron was one of the best fucking things I ever fucking did.
Oh man,
dude! I paid for it like it was like $200. I'm like, I'll get another one because they're old,
Right.
Yeah, and they're limited to 1,500 copies. I'm like, I'll get another one. It's not the end of the world.
No, it's a backup too.
And yeah, he passed away like a few days after.
Yeah.
And now it's worth between $600 to $1,000 something. I'm like, holy fucking crap.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. But it's like, who would think that reprints would become collectibles?
Dude, it's quite simple. I've said it. It's pure fucking logic, okay? The people became whores. The mainstream became whores. There's no limit in fucking page on how many copies there is, so there's no limitation. There's no collectability to anything.
Right.
That's what that's what it is. They ruined their own fucking market with thousands of fucking different covers that nobody gave a fuck about. Printing in mass, printing multi-million. That's the only thing. Like a lot of people are saying Image ruined the industry.
Bullshit.
No, Image saved the industry, but they ruined the market in a way by the fact of flooding their own market. They the fact that they made so much money and they wanted to beat Marvel and DC, and that's a good aspect. Like you want to outsell the 1 million copy of fucking something. Good point. Okay, yeah, but by doing so, you overprinted. So all those freaking books are worth almost nothing. So you can go and find the floppies, dude, for like 50 cents or $1.
Oh, yeah, and the fucking
have fun looking for one of those Cyberforce trade paperbacks.
Right.
Or all those collected edition, they're worth a lot of fucking money. Why? Because they're still a limited run.
Well, you know, when Marvel was like boasting, they were like, "Well, we sold 2 million issues of of X-Men #1," and it's like that doesn't mean that you have 2 million readers.
Nope.
That means that you have a bunch of speculators, right? Yep. And the speculators, when they left, like around like what, late 90s, like right before 2000, with the industry went through a crisis, an existential crisis, like it's going through now. Because basically what happened with the speculators was they were buying like 100 copies of like all these variant covers, foil covers, all that shit. And then suddenly they went, ooh, action figures.
And not just that. If you remember too, the freaking comic book stores, they shot themselves in the fucking foot. Yeah, I'm not talking in general. I'm talking about those fucking assholes.
Yeah.
That would get all those, because you're supposed to be able to go to the store, and that's what they were saying. If you fall on one of them, it's in the stack there. But no, what they did is they would order thousands of copies, trying to hype it up to have those variant covers, and they would sell it from the go at a $50, $25, $100 thing, and that is illegal.
It's a
you are a store. You are a store that is illegal,
dude. I had two comic book stores in my area, right? I went to one, and I wanted to pick up the Death of Captain America issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was under glass for about, I don't know, $50. I'm like, okay. I went to the other comic book store, and I was like, oh shit, it's sold out. Oh, homeboy, don't worry, we got a copy for you. Saved one for you.
I called out, like, there's a store that I used to be friends with, and I say used.
Yeah.
Because they were holding a store like in one very expensive place, and they were very fucking expensive, right?
Yeah.
And I called them out on it, and friendly, like I was not an ass about it, but they did not take well to it. And they tried canceling me, like spending, like, dude, I'm telling you, like they went out of their fucking way to the point that I showed up to the store. I'm like, what's up? You want to call security right now?
Well, that's
dude, I'm telling you, my bro was there, was like, dude, your balls are like, I'm like, dude, I'm the nicest guy there is, but come at me, and you'll find me in front of you. I'm not running.
Well, that's the thing too. Everybody's a fucking 600-pound gorilla on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's a fucking tough guy. That's what I especially love. Motherfuckers talking like they're Charles Bronson,
I'm a 5'8" fucking gorilla, and I'm running away.
Who will punch you in the side of the knee if you piss him off.
I will bring you back down to my size.
Dude, I remember once there was some guy that was talking shit about me on the internet. I run into him at a club, and I'm just like, oh, hey, like I'm, I'm me, right? And the dude suddenly, the the apologies start flying.
Dude.
Oh, dude, like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah blah. And I was just like what? Like, you think I'm gonna come up to you and like start beating on? I'm not a bully.
There's
This
a
guy was
crew,
like half my size.
there's a
right?
crew of creators here, right? They're fucking assholes like that. And I was
Yeah.
meeting. It was after Montreal Comic Con,
Mhm.
and I was meeting up with Bisley at the Fun Electric, like
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
And I walk in there with my bro, right? And as I walk in, they're all sitting there. They're a little crew of, French wannabe, hierarchy or whatever. Like they think they're royalty or something. I don't know.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? Like they're so fucking like,
Man.
they're fucking snobs. That's the word.
Yeah.
I walk in and I'm like, hey, what's up? And one of them says something. And Dave looks at me. He's like, oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Bitch switch has been flipped.
So I turn around. I just look at the guy. I'm like, what? What'd you say?
Yeah.
The guy just backs up in his fucking thing. His girl looks at him. Nothing. I'm like, I thought so.
Look, I got a really long fuse too, but I do have that look it's fun. It's funny because it's not something that's intentional. But I remember like being at in the emergency room because my girlfriend had like fucked up her ankle, right? And so I'm sitting there, I don't have anything to read. It's boring as fuck. So I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to meditate, right? So I'm meditating, and the doctor comes up, and he goes, boom, and kicks my foot.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Like, wake up, motherfucker, right? And my eyes just pop open, and he's just like, this was his reaction. He was like, dude. Yo, whoa. And I was like, what? And I realized it was because, like, when he did that, I was like, did this motherfucker just come up and just kick my boot?
Mm-hmm.
And my eyes just popped open. I just looked at him, and he was just like, like, yo, backpedal.
And I'm not gonna say names, but if I tell you they're the crew that was working on the Turbo Kid.
No, really? It was no. Oh, really? Oh man, they seem pretty chill to me. That's disappointing to hear. Oh man, that sucks. And if you haven't,
I'm not talking about the people that worked on the movie. I'm talking about the comic book crew.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Because I met the
not all of them, but yeah, one of them, and
so
that guy backed the fuck up. Dude, the worst thing was
Yeah.
to see one of them with a smirk in his face, and to see Bisley. Dude, Bisley was like, with the head going up and down, going, yeah. That guy's a real Lobo fan. I'm like, fuck you, piece of shit.
Yep. And oh my God, the Biz is a fucking savage,
Yeah,
man.
dude,
I've told stories about. Everybody has stories about that motherfucker.
Yeah, he looked at me, cheers, dude. I'm like, yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like everybody thinks they're a fucking tough guy.
Hey, the worst thing is I went to the table. I went to talk with fucking Bisley, and he's like, sit with us. I'm not sitting here. I'll be there with my pitcher. Have a good night. Talk to you later. So I went.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad to hear it wasn't RKSS because boy, those man, I met them at the Alamo.
It's not the movie people. No, it's not. It's
nice
not
as
the movie
fuck.
crew.
Okay, all right.
It was the crew that we're dealing with for the book.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that there was a comic book adaptation of that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, at least I know that they're assholes now.
No,
but that's the thing, man.
Let's
it's
be fair. Not all.
world.
They're pretentious. There's a few of them that's one of the things here that I said before. A lot of the comic book guys, and that's also on your side. You'll notice that a lot of them are pretentious. Yeah.
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 These dudes. It's me. It's me. It's me.
I had
It's
one
me.
going. I had one going. Let me give you some advice. I have a bachelor's degree in art. I'm like, oh yeah, in what? He goes, in art. I'm like, oh, I have a bachelor's degree in art too, but specializing in 3D animation, digital design. I'm like, you should have seen his face going. I also have a business degree. Are we done doing the big? Who has the biggest dick here?
Yeah, exactly. And it's fine to measure. It's fine to mention shit like that if you're not doing it in a dick measuring way. If you mention that, that's cool. But for fuck's sake, man.
Dude, my background, what I've done, what I've studied, what I've done does not make who I am.
No, not at all. What makes you who you are is how you treat other people.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that. But here's the thing: the arrogant motherfuckers, these fucking dudes, right? Those people, they're the most insecure motherfuckers, and that attitude is coming from a place of
overcompensation.
Exactly, it's coming from a place of deep-seated insecurity. When you have somebody that's genuinely talented,
and when you get that attitude from them, it's because they're threatened by you.
Absolutely.
And it took me a while to understand it, because you know how I did is because having some of their friends coming to me, dude, you kicked that guy's ass. Oh, I know. And you know,
when it should be a case of, hey, friendly competition.
Yeah.
We all try to one up each other. We all up our game. It's the Schwarzenegger thing, right?
Look,
where you get the feeling that it's not exactly. It's not mean spirited.
Yeah.
It's
let
like,
me give you an example here, okay? And it's something that happened with Mark. 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That guy could not believe that I was an actual fan of his shit.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Everybody's a fan of his
to him, but to him, I'm there, right? I'm doing that style. I'm doing this. Right. So to him, our cartoon style, that's not his work. He's like, how can that guy be a fan of me? And I'm like, dude, I am.
Right.
Like, I love your art style. Like, I'm sorry, but I do. Like, I love Alonso's style. I don't draw like him. I don't want to draw like him, but I love his style.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't love what I don't love just what looks like me. God damn it.
The guy that does 30 Days a Night, you know, like I like his style, but I wouldn't personally want to draw like that. But it creates a mood. It makes things fucking scary. Like this and the Neanderthal book, they're fucking scary books, and it creates a mood. You know what I mean?
Like, I love Bisley, and I'm not trying to reproduce his art, but I want to take that greediness that he has in it. That's what I want. Like,
I want to draw like Bisley,
and I think I'm doing it.
Oh yeah,
the type of sleek greediness to it.
Right,
definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I really love. The thing that I really love is that
is that the word greediness?
Grittiness of
grittiness.
Yeah, it might be a word.
I thought you were saying greediness at first.
Gritty.
No, not greedy. Greedy. You know, when something's greedy, like the Bisley style, like it, yeah.
Gritty kitty litter. Yeah. From Ren and Stimpy. But yeah. No, don't be sorry.
French.
I know. That's what I'm saying. English isn't your first language, motherfucker. We understand. But yeah, look at that. Look at that.
What?
Nice.
6 a.m.
Am I getting one of those?
Oh yeah. You're getting Butch Cleaver 1 and 2 and.
Oh, dude. I was showing these off before. Cards at the Yazoo.
You're in the first book, Sam.
That's going on my car.
I wanted to make a bumper sticker. I haven't seen anybody except for Ethan made a bumper sticker, and I was like, "That's really cool."
You know, maybe you could reach out to the Diaz brother. I print my stickers with them, and the reason why I do so is because they print on vinyl.
I love
so
vinyl.
you could print, like, if you invert it, you could do a bumper sticker. Yeah, awesome.
Right.
I'm gonna have to do another one better. That was a quick one that I did.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I love it too because it looks like he's just
Humble
like
brag.
Yeah, the greediness.
Brag.
Well, it looks like he's in bone dust. That's why I like it. And I love the fucking
Preston's fucking sweet.
Preston's is dope, and I love Mark. There's 6 a.m. right there. He did the first sticker too.
Jason.
Did you guys see that for the next Tales from the Adverse? I'm gonna be there. I'm planning on doing maybe one short story digitally painted.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that'd be sweet, dude.
Another one that I want to go back to doing full traditional.
I don't know how to paint. I wish I did. That would be like I always tell everybody if I'm lucky enough, I'm going to become a painter and paint like Frazetta style and get a house in the woods or on the beach or in France somewhere. And that's
okay. Want a trick? Want a trick? That? You draw your drawing. Okay. Try to keep it on pencils or whatever. You draw your thing, color the fuck out of it, then take your lines out.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that with Flash.
One of the
Photoshop,
things I
but
do-
it's just these
what-
fucking basic things. Like when you look at a painting from far away, it looks so detailed, and you get in, it's
Yeah,
like, what
But
the fuck?
then, because the thing is, after that, all you have to do is add ambient occlusion and
That's what it is, probably.
darkness around the line.
I
And
need
what
to
I do
understand the
is
ambient occlusion
when you use
concept. I don't know
pencils,
that.
when I use pencils, is I reduce I add it, I put it as an additive, so it takes a bit of the color behind it. Then I reduce it. Then I use that as my ambient occlusion, and I blend it in.
Because most of the shit I would do would probably be like that.
It's just
like,
a trick.
I want to do it, man. I
Right.
gotta grasp
Automatic.
the concept of it, and I haven't grasped it. And I've always wanted it. I always wanted to be like a Frazetta type.
Mhm.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
dude.
Someday. And Bisley is like that with mixed with metal and punk.
But
Yeah,
dude,
the one I did for Long Shadow, I think took me 3 hours.
Mm,
Yeah,
and then I did
it's
for
a
Long
sketch.
Shadow,
Like it
dude.
was just a sketch. Yeah,
yeah, it's
That
tight
one
as
took me
fuck.
6 hours, and then your piece took me, I think, 8 or 9 hours.
and that one came out nice. I'll say it again. It's your best piece yet.
Oh wow,
This is
thank
the
you.
thing- This is the thing that we love
Well,
about
it's
Sim. This is the
it's yours.
thing.
Whenever you want it, it's yours, dude.
Oh well, yeah, I want it.
Okay, I'll mail it to you as soon as your truckers open up the border.
But they're closed now.
Yeah, I was trying to mail it. Like there's three packages to Canada. You're one of them, and I can't mail it there because it just won't let me do it through stamps.com.
Yeah, sort those fuckers out, Sim. You're up there.
It's probably at stems.com. I'll go check because I'm sorry. I use my regular post for international.
Yeah.
Unless except you guys, because you guys I send it to Beacon one shot. Like right now,
Right.
just one box cost me like almost $300.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but it takes
ironically,
3 days to get. It takes 3 to 4 days to get there, and I'm sure that it's in perfect condition.
Yes.
Stamps takes me $25 to ship to Canada just for like the
Yeah, but dude,
Gemini
I'm talking
mailer
about
pack.
I'm talking about a box with like maybe 50
Oh,
books in it.
300 books. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
50 bucks.
And I remember
makes
getting
sense.
my package too, and I was just like, "What the fuck did I order from Beacon?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, that works
Yeah,
out."
but now we changed the name. Now it's gonna just say Inkslayer.
That's cool. I
All
like
right.
that name, Inkslayer. That's just
Oh, it's so great! It's so great, and you've put together such a great crew. Super talented people, man, and everybody upping their game. Scott's upping his game. Beacon upping his game.
And right now we're starting off with just us, and the plan is to do the first 3 issues. We'll complete 3 books because the idea is to have 60+ page books with each IPs at the end, right? So we're planning on doing 3 of those issues, and after that, we're seeing how it goes. We might be open to having more people joining in the fun.
Hell yeah!
Having guest artists to join in. Guest inks. Inkslayer type of thing.
That's sick.
That's
Can't wait
awesome.
for Wolf Dragon, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is coming back, dude. It is like you've seen the first pages of Demona, and Demona is the gateway of the return of Wolf Dragon. She is connected. Like I have the Natverse, I have the Wolf Dragon verse. Wolf Dragon is linked to Demona.
I
You're
love
right
the
back.
Wolf Dragon character. He's so fucking metal. It's like totally up my alley. So busy out. Like,
Dude,
man.
when I met Bisley, I thought he would like. I really, really fucking thought like his favorite would be fucking Nat. No,
I would think his favorite would be Wolf Dragon.
He
To be
was.
honest.
he was
to be
like he was
honest.
looking at the book, and as soon as he
Well,
saw him,
dude.
he goes, "Dude, I want to do that guy."
Yeah, I do too. Like instantly, I see him, I want to draw him, and I'm like, I'll wait. I'm gonna draw this motherfucker one day because he's badass.
Mm-hmm. I am planning
But
on bringing
he's
him back
fucking
pretty
metal,
soon.
dude. He's fucking metal. And then when you told me like what he is, I was like, oh, dude, that's fucking metal.
The last dragon born in human form and
Like I've
raised
seen
by
that in
an
a
immortal
movie,
knight.
but it's not like figuratively, literally,
Mhm.
like what he is. I'm like, that's fucking badass. Like that's metal as fuck. So I can't wait for that character, man. He looks so cool. That's gonna be a badass book, dude. Can't wait for that, man. I love Nat the Merc too, though, man. That Bisley piece too he did for Nat and for Wolf Dragon, dude. Yeah, you're sitting on some fucking gold right there.
Yep. That Wolf Dragon one is pretty sweet, and I will make it available when Wolf Dragon goes on. But that isn't my plan. Except right now, I'm listening to fans. The fans are saying they want to see more, sequel to books. So
Really?
that's why I decided to concentrate a bit more on Tales from the Natverse. Have a few out.
I want to
And,
do oh sorry.
No, that's okay. And I'm planning on bringing Wolf Dragon back, but there's a possibility that you might see Demona and Inkslayer as well.
That's sick, man.
And you know where that leads.
What's that?
The return of Wolf Dragon. Wolf Dragon shows up in the first issue.
Yeah, he's cool, man. Like that's like if that'd be one of my most anticipated like CG characters or characters, whatever the fuck, like indie books or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like I would love to get that. And for me, I'm gonna work on Hell War for the next 2 years, and then I'm gonna do probably Butch Cleaver 3. So I already got the next 4 years planned out. And then after that, I'm gonna do one shots probably. Just
but that's what you have.
One shot. That's
what you have to do. You have to plan ahead. Like it's one of the things that, like, in the beginning, people were saying like, "Oh, son, you're spreading yourself thin. You're crazy working on so many things." But after 3 years, people are telling me that what they like, what's fun, is the fact that I have plans ahead. That people know that there's going to be sequels. That planned. That they're like, Tales from Adverse 2 is running. You got the cover of Tales from Adverse 3. I already started working on 3 of the stories.
I already got Butch Cleaver 3 like typed up, like half the book's typed up, and then I left half because it's going to be a chase book, kind of like Fury Road, but then it's got some other shit in there too. You know what I mean?
Like now, I got the Demona thing. I'm gonna rewrite the first issue of Wolf Dragon that I did back then because I found most of the pages. So I'm gonna remaster the dialogues from the 2009 one. Probably tweak it a little bit because I have the final pages. I don't have them. I have the layouts, so I'm gonna have to finish it off. But I am planning on bringing that back. There's the Skullbusters.
Oh, I like that one. It looked cool. That team looked cool, but there was like 1 or 2 guys in there. I was like, dude, that shit's fucking badass. Like the characters I really like responded to. They all look cool. But I mean, like Wolf Dragon. Like he's my favorite character out of your universe. Wolf Dragon and Vincent. Those are my 2 favorite.
But you'll be glad to know that
I like Nat Merc.
You'll be glad to know that
Nat Merc.
the Natverse and the Wolf Dragon verse are my main IPs.
You see that, brother? Nat Merc.
Nat Merc.
No, it's Bat Merc.
Bat Merc, yeah.
That's my name even before I met you. Like, I mean, obviously I'm Matt Burke, but Bat Merc was my name on Instagram.
But there's another thing I just added to the campaign. I don't know. Did I tell you already that I'm doing the metal card?
No, I don't hear. No metal
card. Metal card?
See, we have Tompa. That's a great guy, right? And he did a Substack on Tales from the Adverse. And as you know, I pay attention. I listen to my fans, right?
Oh, okay.
And one of the main things he said in there is that, one, he doesn't like to have too many stretch goals ahead of time. So I removed one for the moment.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And I'm like, fair enough. That's fair. But I left the one that I really wanted there, like this, But one addition, he said that for a very heavy metal feeling campaign, a full metal campaign, there's some metal missing to it. Like they need something metal in it. And I'm like, you know what, motherfucker? I'm listening. So I started checking what I could do, right? And I'm like, what would be fun? Yeah. And then I thought of like, oh, I got this shit in the $69 tier and up, right? Where you guys get a metal, you'll get like the Merc Club card, right? So I'm like, it was gonna be like a black card with embossed on it with a silver thing. And I'm like, you know what? There you go. No, I decided to make it metal. So when we reach $15,000, that card, it's turning stainless steel brush metal. with a matte logo in front, and in the back you're gonna have the Merc Credo in the back. So I'm working on the mock-up right now, but that's what's happening at $15K. That card, it's not just a card; it's gonna be a metal card.
That's
hell yeah, Sam!
I'm really pumped
heavy metal.
I'm pumped for this campaign. You got some badass characters.
Oh, thank you.
I love the Nat.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Dude, did you see that fucking fan art? That's not a fan art anymore.
It's a straight cover.
No.
Like that guy came in and I'm like, dude, that's a straight fucking cover.
No, I was talking to my wife about him. I'm like, there's these motherfuckers in Comicsgate, like Alan Alonso, Matt Barr. There's a couple other people. They just fucking sick ass shit, like quick as fuck. Like, damn, how the fuck they do that? And I hear too, like, a lot of them just draw a lot, dude. We draw
nonstop. Yeah.
Yes, and Sim is one of those dudes. Always third his frame. Right?
Damn, dude, I wish.
Like, how many times, Sim, have we been on a stream and it'll be like an hour goes by and Sim is like, "Here, look what I drew," like during the stream.
Yeah, like he's done. I love that fucking piece you did for Gravedigger or Grave.
Yeah,
the transformation of Big Dick Murphy.
This one here.
God,
Hold on.
it's so
Let me make
fucking
sure that
cool,
I don't
dude.
spoil nothing.
Well, it's just like, you're dealing with, again, anthropomorphic characters, you know what I mean? And how do you do it differently? You know what I mean? And off the top of my head, I can't really think of, like,
There you go.
I've seen that one, like, right off the bat. And there's only so many ways you can do it, and I have a scene like that in Butch Cleaver 3 I'm going to do in, like, 4 years.
Hey, Brian, share my screen for a second.
The way he did it.
what up, Pops? I'm sorry, Matt. You're saying?
Oh, just the way he did the transformation scene, it's always fun doing that. I love drawing, like, transformation stuff, and I love the way he did that, man. It looks so cool.
Pops is hanging out waiting for me to add him, but I'm just not going to, just to fuck with him for a little bit.
And you want to see a cool monster? I'm just gonna glimpse it quickly. There's no spoiler.
There he is.
Ready?
Oh, so then you tried to catch me hitting it. I see.
Oh, I look like a rake.
Wait, what?
That looked like
Nothing.
a rake.
You didn't see shit. I guess.
I saw. I think I know what that was.
I didn't see shit.
I gave you a heads up.
I know my lore.
I missed it.
I know my Americana lore.
Oh man.
Okay, one quick tease just for Brian.
Please.
What's up, Pops?
Go ahead.
Right there.
Oh,
Wait, okay.
ready? Are you guys ready for this?
Wait, hold on. We gotta look at Sim's thing first. Hold on. Boom! Oh,
Little teaser, huh?
tickling your ass to the feather. Yeah, man. Oh, looks sweet, Sim. Oh, what you got there, Pop? Oh, that's the original sketch, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Sweet.
And
Oh
inked.
shit, crazy.
Yeah, boy.
And inked. Oh, yeah. And these will be available on the Enter the Cromniverse campaign. Launching Friday
cool, man.
night, baby. Jim O'Reilly art. Is that awesome or what?
Yeah, I like Jim O'Reilly's art, man.
Dope.
I remember he did a piece for Graveyard Shift. That was really badass, and he was thinking the same thing I was. We almost did like a similar piece, And then when he came out with his piece, I was like, oh, I'm going to change my shit.
Oh,
And then I tweaked it, and then he did because sometimes that shit happen. And then he did the Beard Zerker cover for Don Chin.
Yes.
I backed the shit out of that. But
Yes.
I like it was between that and fucking Preston's piece. Oh
I
yeah,
got
see, look at
I
that.
got the Bill
Yeah.
Moss cover from Beard Zerker too.
but you know
See, that
what I
one's good
did
too.
though?
God
What's that?
damn, look at that. That's fucking tight
That's
right
fan
That's just
art.
popping, dude.
That was so nice.
Yeah.
And that's not a fan art. So I reached out
No,
to
it's
him
not.
and
It's
I
not.
got it from him. It's a cover on the campaign right now. So he's not a contentant anymore. He's an actual guy on the book.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love his art style, man.
It's
Um,
beautiful.
Him
It's
and passion for drawing. To me, they kind of have like that similar style
Yeah,
like that.
they
and
have
I
a
like,
similar style. Yeah.
and I like that. Like I would
Yeah, me
totally
too.
like work with them if I had $1 million and try to get him to draw some Butch Cleaver shit.
Well, dude, the thing that you're
Like,
working on
the shit I
now,
like.
the thing that you're working on now, I think you're moving in the right direction. And what and I always say this about Sim, I always say this about Preston, because they're not the kind of guys that are going to virtue signal, but they will drop advice and share what they know,
Mhm.
because they have that attitude that knowledge doesn't belong to them.
I feel the same way.
what do
I
you
mean, I don't know
Yep.
shit, but if I feel like there's something I could blabber about me
Right.
personally, they're not blabbering. They're actually sharing knowledge because they're
Yes.
talented and they have experience. But me, there's I'm a talker in real life,
Look,
and I'll
we-
fucking try to help people.
Yeah.
I'll speak for myself. I'm sure Preston will agree. We got where we are because some people shared knowledge with us, experience. We've learned from their greats, and that's how it's done.
We're all standing on the shoulders of giants,
Yeah,
Hell,
who are standing on the shoulders of giants, who are standing on the shoulders of
You know,
giants.
if it wasn't a Michael Turner, Bisley, and all those people taking the time to, like with me, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be who I am. I wouldn't be
Right.
where I am.
Right. And you know what? What does that tell you about them? To me, that's a sign of self-confidence, right? It was like seeing Guillermo del Toro at a movie premiere I think for The Orphanage, which he produced but he didn't direct, right? And he picked up the director because he's a big dude, evidently. He picked up the director and put him up on his shoulders.
What?
And was like running around, and instead of being like, "Hey, me," he was running around going, "This guy, this guy, this guy."
Yeah.
Right.
I
That's
like
an
Guillermo, man.
indication. That's big dick energy right there, man. That's somebody that's not an insecure motherfucker.
Dude, did I
I'm
ever
gonna
tell
throw
you
a
the
little
story
shout
about?
out. I got to throw a little shout out right now to Dark Gift.
Oh,
what up,
Dark Gift. Dark Gift, man.
Yeah, man.
Got to throw a little shout out to him because he just like came through big for me, helping me out, setting up our campaign. So
Fucking love Anthony, man.
Yeah, I like him too, man.
Did I
Yeah,
ever
he
tell
brought
you
me
how?
out there, helped me promote. Sorry, my
No, it's okay,
campaign.
keep going.
And he's just like a nice guy, just all around good guy. Fucking there for the community. He fucking was there, metal as fuck. They're there to help people out. As the Bluey came and just like wasn't streaming, and he's like, he hit me up, just like I didn't even ask him. He's like, hey, dude, have me come on. Yeah, I love that guy.
Yep.
Those are my peeps, and that's what I love about this community. And my favorite people in the community are the people that are just doing for each other.
Mhm.
And you know what? Who I gotta give mad crazy props to? Fucking Cecil, man. Showed up last fucking minute. Got Mike across that
Yep.
finish line.
Yeah, yeah.
Booyah!
El
Mad
Cecil, dude.
props. Hail
Yeah.
Cecil.
Yeah.
You know?
he just comes out when he wants to, and he's a hero every now and then. That's why he wears that fucking mask.
He's tell people to buy my Butch Cleaver before a couple times.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he's done that. I went on like his show one time. He had a call in. He was hella cool to me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
He has a nice cameo in Bloodline.
Oh, does he? Oh.
You didn't notice?
Marks.
I
But
like
then
Cecil, man.
Mark's
I like Cecil.
Mark Marinelli's head, you see his head go spinning off his shoulder.
If you didn't notice, it's on the page when he dies. When you see all the windows of the kills that he did before, and you see Cecil's dead with a bullet in his head.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. It's you don't have to look hard to find that one.
It's on top.
Yeah, pretty obvious. You're not gonna need like a microscope or something.
Yeah, I don't even think he noticed it. Like it's one of the. He was dying.
He's fulfilling too. He's fulfilling cash grab, dude.
Yeah.
So one of the things that Anthony told me I needed to do tonight was to go out and make sure to announce the fan art contest for the
Ooh.
Shit.
I got a fan art contest too, except I kind of forgot about it.
You got one?
Everybody has them now.
Yeah,
I didn't know you had one.
Top of my twatter, but I'm a
We
make
had
sure.
thought about it.
But yeah, pops, you were saying.
We had thought about it, and then it was like, I don't know, because I didn't want to have. We were going to do an ash can, and everybody who submitted fan art to the contest would be in the ash can.
Right.
But I had to reconsider that because I didn't think what if we get 80 people?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to fit in the ash can. So what we're going to do is the top 14 picks out of the pool of fan art will go in the ash can. The winner will get the cover. Second place will get the back cover. Third place will get the first page, and everybody else will be in the ash can. It's going to be an ash can, a fan art ash can. So,
Nice.
Cool.
that's one of the things we're doing. It'll be a tier, or something. I don't know. Anthony's handling all that. Anthony and Ryan are the ones that are, Anthony, but
Have you calmed the fuck down? Have you learned to just kind of kick back and
no, see, that was the whole thing. It's like we're getting closer and we didn't have enough done. And I was like, okay, what do I need to do? What I need to do is I need to get Anthony in here to tell me what I need to do.
there you go.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
spent a couple hours with me going through what we had and what's ready and what needs, pops to fucking crack an ass on, and that's where we're at. Well, there's only a couple of things I needed to crack on, and one of them is myself to make sure everybody knows about the fan art contest.
Nice.
We actually had we had a lot of it, we had to hustle for a few things today, but we had a lot of it ready to go.
How many pieces you got so far, Pops,
How many pieces?
for the fan art?
Oh, we're just announcing it now. We
Oh,
don't
okay.
have any submissions yet. I have a file full of Crom art, but they're gonna have to submit new stuff.
Oh wait, is this a CG horror movie talk exclusive?
Yes, it is. It actually is. And if
Hell yeah.
I would really like for somebody to do a horror themed Crom.
Ooh.
That would be cool. So
Hint, hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more.
yeah, I mean, he's a mischievous little troll, but he could be a mischievous little troll like that thing in Trilogy of Terror.
Oh God, yeah, Lazuli fetish doll. The
a little Crom running around with a steak knife.
Or it could be a
Hey.
big ass fucking hulking beast, right?
he steals your weed.
Ripping some head off and smoking their weed from him.
He steals your weed.
him.
That's scary.
Watching them lay there with their fucking head ripped off while he's smoking their weed. Like, what, bitch? Fucking, they're taking a shit. He runs in the bathroom, kicks them off the toilet,
No.
kicks the fucking the door open and throws them off the toilet and shits on the fucking shitter and sits there.
This
Oh,
is the one
Christ.
I like. This is the scenario I got. I got Smokes the Fox sneaking into the tent and stealing the weed and going out and smoking it, and Crom walking by going, "Really? That's all you got?" Going back into the tent, killing everybody. And then
Taking
coming
the
out,
tent and
smoking
fucking
weed.
wrapping it up in some herb and then smoking the tent like it's a joint.
That's
That's a sequence. That's a page right there.
Roll
Yeah,
the whole-
most
roll
definitely.
the whole tent. Yeah.
Oh my
Then he
God.
picks that person up and rolls them and smashes them against the tree and then smokes them.
Some of the other things. That was some of the other things. We're looking at add-ons, Crom rolling papers.
Oh
That's,
yeah,
that's
man.
what you need to do. And you've talked to Dark
This
Gift
is a
about that.
headshot
Yeah.
comic, man.
That's where I am talking to Dark Gift. Look, this is we got the tapestries. We're gonna have tapestries just like he does.
Are they
Okay.
black light lit?
The black light tapestry.
You gotta go for that. You gotta go for that stoner. The main thing is
Yeah.
that stoner.
So we got that. And then we have a few of the stories are actually, stoner based. Just
Hell yeah.
So it's gonna be fun, man. There's no way to get around it.
And I forget who it was. Somebody recently was saying like, "Hey, why aren't we like trying to get our books into like head shops,
That was
And
me.
vape
I don't know if it
shops?"
was me.
That was
I-
you. I
Thank
think.
you
you.
for reminding me. Do you guys
was him.
remember the old Hostess ads?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
Hulk like love hostess apple pies. Yeah.
Well, like they would throw them to the criminals, and while the criminals were eating the Hostess, then Spidey'd web them up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I was at a dispensary the other day.
Yeah.
And I asked dude, "Hey man, you think you guys be interested in maybe letting us do a 1-page ad in our book based on the old Marvel Hostess ads?
Oh, man.
But instead of Spidey throwing Hostess cookie or cupcakes, it's Crom handing out buds."
I probably
Here,
said yeah,
y'all need
dude.
to chill out. And, like,
I'm sure they would
smuggle
say
them
yeah.
food.
I don't see why they wouldn't say yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna talk to I'm gonna talk to a couple of them. We're gonna get some local Michigan dispensary ads. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do
yeah.
the tattoo parlors and you got to do the fucking record stores. That was me. I said the tattoo record store. Pop said the head shops. That was brilliant.
Well, I mean, think about it, because you're not just talking about the head shops, right? All
Oh,
these
the smoke
kinds of
shops,
businesses
smoke
are
shop, dude.
all related.
And
Yes.
Brian said smoke shops. Brian said smoke shops.
Yes.
I remember. See, that was 4 fucking shops.
Why not?
Other than an LCS motherfucker that you
Yeah.
can put comic books in, because these motherfuckers
Absolutely.
are fucking 30+ years old, motherfucking reading comic books. They
Yes.
these kids reading fucking anime. I love anime. I love the Vampire Hunter D and the Fist North Star. But motherfuckers reading comic books are fucking a little older. Which I mean, it is what it is, bro. I mean, we gotta bring in the new guys, but we gotta bring in the kids. But it's just like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. It
Yeah.
is what it is right now.
It is, and I am hopeful about the whole manga anime thing being as huge as it is,
So
because
big,
at least,
multi-billion dollars.
dude. I mean, yeah, it's gigantic, and but what are manga? They're comic books.
They're
What does
fucking
manga mean? It means comic book.
It's an American comic book by fucking, you know what I mean?
right?
We know the story. We know how it started. You know what I mean?
Yes,
From the fucking
dude.
pulp. Everybody that came back from the fucking war. You know what I mean? Sorry for throwing
It's a
the F-bomb, but it's like,
disgrace.
dude, it is what it is, bro. You know?
Yeah, it's
I'm
an
never
American
gonna make
art
a
form,
manga, dude. I'm always gonna make comic books. It might be Euro format or American, but it's always gonna be turning like that, not backwards, dude. And it's like,
Yeah,
it is what it is, bro. I'm gonna die on that fucking hill.
let the Japanese do manga.
You know that bande dessinée and manga also means comics, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Friendly reminder to everybody.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
I love manga. I love their fight sequences and shit. It's fucking awesome. I love the
Oh,
speed
dude,
lines.
But
I
that's
love
the
the
thing.
art.
Everything
I love
looks
the
like it's
outlines of
This
all
is
the
the North
lines.
Star?
For motion. I love all that shit.
Awesome. But then, of course, you must discover the French comics.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you got
dude.
the heavy metal edition too.
And for me, make it small.
Yeah, and it arrived a little jacked up, too.
And I got the French ones.
Gotta go big, bro. I like bigger books.
Yeah. Oh, dude, do you, Sim, do you have these in hardcover?
Yeah, the hardcover French ones. Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you very much. Because these are nice. Don't get me wrong, but in hardcover, damn.
Yeah.
Then
That's
I would
the thing,
answer to that. Merci, Brian, et bienvenue.
Just in tight.
Good stuff in the chat. Good stuff. There's good stuff.
Good
in
stuff.
the chat.
Hail.
What up, good stuff? Oh man, had a blast on their show the other night, man. How much fun was that, Pops? That was great. And it's just like I'm hanging out with a bunch of stoners, and it's just like, well, when in Rome.
Like
I have
he
no
don't
idea
live
what
in
you're
Rome.
talking about.
He acts like he don't live in Rome. Look at him.
I did say it was my break time, didn't I?
Yeah, yes, you did, son. Yes, you did. Oh man.
Dude, I was on stream around 4 with Phil, right? And he makes a joke going, "Oh, he's also high as fuck." I'm like, not yet. Like, I don't smoke all day.
It's like when Philip K. Dick was he released this novel called The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch. And the critics, some of them were mad at him. They were just like, admit it, you were tripping balls when you wrote this. And he was like, no, I wasn't. But I was tripping balls when I wrote this one and that one. Oh my God. Well, no, I mean, look, man. To me, it's no different than like coffee, right? And but right, or having a couple of beers or something like that. And it's getting more socially acceptable, which I think is a good thing. The more legal it becomes, is better, because I know people are worried, like, oh, I don't want my kids getting their hands into this shit. Trust me, if the shit is legal, there's no way that they're going to walk into like a drugstore and into a liquor store and walk out with a bottle of tequila if they're 50 years old, right? So
that was my point.
Yep.
Trust me, you want them smoking a joint more than drinking alcohol at that point.
Oh my God, it's not even close, dude. It's not even.
Yeah. And like honestly, like it's my 20-year-old. Like I had to talk with him.
But
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Because alcohol can fuck up your body.
If you drink too much, you're gonna age faster. Like there's 2 things that makes your body age. 1, you can't do nothing about it. It's fucking oxygen.
Yes.
Okay. And 2, it's alcohol.
Yeah.
That's the second thing that will make you age faster.
It will.
And we're not talking about beers.
We're
not talking about beers, 5%. We're talking about hard alcohol here in wine.
Yep.
Alcohol attacks everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a beer a day and a beer a day and walking a mile a day.
It's something we need to precise.
A little alcohol's okay. A little alcohol's actually good for you.
But beer is like the soda pop. It's like the adult soda pop. That's what it is. Like it's not alcohol per se.
Yes.
It's a soft drink with alcohol in it. That's what it is. Like,
right.
When you think about it in general, when it comes to the effect that it also has on you.
Right. Yeah. And you don't. And the thing is like here in America, we're not like the Europeans. I'm guessing the French Canadians are probably cool about this. I'm assuming you probably, like the Europeans, teach your kids how to drink, right? Because we don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? Where like they'll have like, the Italians, the French, the Germans, they'll share wine and beer with their kids from a
See, when I was a kid, they would start us with like when you passed 13, I think it was, they start you with something called baby duck.
No shit.
So every time they would drink wine or something, they gave you something that was baby duck, and technically baby duck is like a kid's champagne. It's a mousseux, right? It's a little bubbly wine, and it has like 0.5% or something. Like it's very low in alcohol.
Yeah.
And it is a little baby duck in a little thing, and it was made by in Europe, and it's made for teaching your
For
kids to
kids.
drink.
Yeah. Smart.
And I'm sorry, it's like it's called guidance. You know what's
Yes.
coming to them, and you need to reduce the effect of that life how can I say, the real life wall,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing. There's different rites of passage in life, okay? And the two biggest ones, it's when you finish school and you start to go live your life outside as an adult, and then you learn that you have to work. The life is not it's not all shitty. It's not not fluffies and rainbows everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's right now they're having problems with, because nobody fucking taught them to freaking, hey, there's a real world and there's your world, you know? And there's
And that's your job as a parent.
and you're supposed to guide them through it. And the second one is having a kid, because nobody I'm sorry, there's something about having a kid that nobody if you haven't had a kid, you cannot really understand it. You can understand it happening, but you cannot imagine how it changes you.
I know. That's what every I've never had that blessing, but everybody I know who is a parent, they all say like there's that moment,
And,
like when your first child is born, there's like your life before and there's like your life after.
I found an example that is almost a perfect example to make somebody that never had a kid understand.
Mhm, mhm.
So this is it. Imagine yourself. Your kid does something. You get so fucking pissed. You're like, motherfucker, that you need to hold back. And then for a second, you remind yourself you were a kid. You did that to your mom, and you go, "Fuck, I'm sorry, mom."
Yeah. Basically.
That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah. And look, man, I know what it's like, you know, to love people, to love other people's kids, right? Like my friends' kids. I'm Uncle Brian, right?
Mhm.
And that, like, I'd never gotten the whole kid thing. And then, you know, and I'm going over their house and Brian, and they're swinging from my arms, climbing all over me. One of them is like the little one's trying to like stand on my head. And I remember just being like, oh, now I get why people do this.
Yeah, dude.
This is pretty rad.
And dude,
And let those fuckers run roughshod over my toy collection, man. I lost a lot of shit.
Oh.
I lost a lot of shit, man.
you know I've known Chris for a long time, and
Yeah.
dude, some of the kids are call him Uncle. Hey, it's Uncle Chris.
Yeah, because it's like, and then also it's like there's kids in the neighborhood that I've watched grow up, where I'm just like, wait a second, dude, like yesterday, weren't she like that big,
Yeah.
right? And now they're like that lanky teenage, that gawky, you know, that
Yeah.
where they're like
Brian,
all awkward looking, and it's like, damn,
Brian,
yeah.
fuck you. Because you just reminded me of one thing.
Yeah.
I got 4 kids.
Yeah.
2 of them are my height. No, one of them is my height. The 2 other ones are taller than me.
Mhm.
There's only one, the older girl, that's like shorter than I am, and I'm like,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. My 2 boys, like Logan's my height,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
Nat is taller than I am, and he's like what, 16 now? I'm like, motherfucker. Like that guy's gonna end like part of my family. Like it's either like we're short and stocky, right?
Mhm.
Or there's my mom's side where they're all 6 feet. So imagine my family games, how I got good playing football.
Right.
I'm like the 5'8" something guy playing with 6 feet, 6'2" motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And dude, I remember when playing, like we used to go play in the mud and stuff like that. Like we didn't care if it was raining or anything. We used to go play once a year, right? We'd meet up and go play.
Yeah.
And the thing they would always say is like, the first time I played with them, it was fucking hard. But then I started all my fucking training, because remember I did weightlifting and I did the Montreal Olympics for the weightlifting competition. I did the strongman training, right? So dude, next time I was there, dude, man, I was like, let's do this shit. And they're like, dude, we couldn't believe that. It was like, you're there 1 second, you're over there. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm faster than a 6'5".
I can't grow like this, but I can go.
Yeah. I think when I was keeping up with them, like they turned around and I was like right behind them. Go fuck it. Like I remember my uncle looking at me like, Fuck!
I knew dudes like that. I knew dudes like that in high school, and like that's the thing that always drives me crazy. It's like, okay, are we going to get a Wolverine that's going to look like you, right? Because that's what Wolverine looks like. He's a short dude, but he's wide, right? Like
He weighs 400 pounds.
a planet with like really dense gravity. Danzig looks like that, you know?
Yeah.
After all these years, I need to get back in shape because I was the fucking Wolverine.
Yeah, you were running after those dudes, running after that van. Sim fight and sim action stories are awesome.
One of my brothers like had a funny stories. Like, dude, he was a kid and he was that little kid that used to like to go like fuck you and then run away, right? Just for the hell of running after him, like not to be, you know.
Yeah.
And there's that moment where he comes and he's on his new bike and he's like, "Fuck you, Sim." Starts biking like a motherfucker, right? I fucking ran him down, held the seat in place, and he knocks his fucking balls on that.
Oh, that's what you get. That's what you get. Oh man, he deserved that shit too.
Or the other one was like, you know, running around the car, going, ha ha ha, you can't catch me, you can't fucking catch me. I jumped over the fucking car. Grab him by the hoodie, this motherfucker.
Oh, dude, I'm so not fucking with you, man.
Back then, my training was leg pressing 700 pounds.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, you know,
that's the thing too, is now you might be out of shape, but here's the thing: there's a big difference between.
I'm in better shape than somebody. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm in bad shape compared to what I was, but I'm still in better shape than a lot of people younger than me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like my friend
I am
Chris.
45 and I don't look it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm 53 and I don't look it.
Mm-hmm.
And which I'm grateful for, right? But like my friend Chris, who might be watching or listening, if so, what up, Chris? He became like when I first met him, he was jacked, and then he became like a big fat biscuit eating motherfucker, right? Eating lots of like fast food, just bad shit, right? And then he's just like, oh, I gotta lose weight. And I was just like, fuck you, dude. I don't feel sorry for you because you were jacked when I met you, so you're gonna take that fat off like that. And sure enough, he has.
Hey, yo, Brian.
Yeah.
Yo, 58, baby.
Yeah.
58.
Yeah. Now you're looking good, Pops. Not as good as you were in the fucking Sam Elliott photo, though. You gotta make that shit your icon. You gotta make that shit your avatar, dude. I don't know if you guys have seen that. He looks exactly like Sam Elliott. The only thing that's missing is the Mustache Rides t-shirt. That's the only thing that's missing. Funny as fucking shit, dude. All right.
It is good stuff.
It is. All right, folks. Thinking about wrapping this up. And everybody, the movie that we were talking about tonight, 30 Days of Night. Link in the description. Excellent horror movie. Well worth your time. And I'm sorry, speed of dick.
Always leave them wanting more.
Simon, there he is. Sexy man. Sexy French Canadian mofo.
Yeah, I need to shave, but yeah.
Well, everybody, and look, let me get this straight too. Okay, people are like, oh, dude, when I say that Sim is sexy, people are just like, oh, dude, I didn't know you swung that way. I'm like, I don't. I'm not. It's not like, oh, you're sexy, I want to bang you. It's just like, it's just an objective. It's just.
You're just a dude. You know what another dude. Yeah, you're just a dude. You know when another dude's sexy. Simple as that.
I'm a sexy dude.
I'm a sexy too, man.
Dude when I see one.
Yeah, and Preston is sexy as fuck. Oh my god, I can't wait to like when we promote the Doc Salem.
That book's gonna be huge, bro.
I think so too.
That's gonna be a big book, bro.
I think so too. It's gonna be fun as fuck. So what are you showing off, Sim?
I'm not showing off nothing. I was just putting my camera on.
Oh, okay. I thought you put your camera on. I just assumed that you're gonna.
No, because we're talking about not looking our age. I'm like, oh, I'm not showing my face. I'm like, I'll show it a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to give your age, Sim, or you want us to?
Oh, yeah, 45. And
45.
I'm going to be 46 on May 1st.
Well done, sir. Well,
And I ain't
well,
gonna lie,
well
that does
done.
look like Sam Elliott. Right
Doesn't
there.
that? Doesn't that tell me? Come on,
Yeah.
now. Come
I was
on
like,
now.
I was like, Pops don't look like he don't look like Sam Elliott. And
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
does.
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
like, oh,
Yeah,
shit,
he
does
does.
right there. He does right there.
But the thing now, if you look, he looks like an older version of Chris.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I
look
can
at
see
look
that.
at him now.
can
Look
see
at him
that.
now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Look at him now.
But see,
Put
somebody
face on.
else twisted that on me yesterday and said Frank Zappa.
Yeah,
Oh.
more Frank Zappa.
Nah.
That I do agree.
Oh, also, for next week's show, we're going to be doing Shockwaves, and Von Klaus of Monster MD and Terror in the Trenches fame is going to be joining us to talk about Shockwaves. Shockwaves, if you've never seen it, is the Citizen Kane of Nazi zombie movies.
Yeah.
You never
absolutely.
seen it. I can't wait to watch it.
I just found a copy. I was like looking for it on Tubi, and couldn't find it, and was just like, well, let me just check YouTube. There's a beautiful print on YouTube.
Oh,
So we're all gonna be able to watch that shit for free. And also, because I was talking to Vaughn in the chat in the group,
Oh yeah,
and he's all about Shockwaves.
he's
So-
in there. Yeah.
So yeah, he should be joining us next week. Sim, have you seen Shockwaves?
I think I did.
Oh, it's so good.
No movie I want to see is the
All right,
like
I'll
in
check
that
to
same
make sure.
genre.
But I think I did.
Is in the Nazi mysticism genre. I know that's not the
Right.
key.
I
Oh,
don't know.
dude.
I don't know. I do enjoy
Amazing.
also there's not the Nazi zombie thing, and I probably saw it because I did go through a bender going, okay, let's research some movies.
You guys seen The Outpost? With
There's
the Punisher
about
race?
Yeah, it's
20 years
okay.
ago.
It's all right.
It's all right for no budget.
There's about 20 years ago, Brian. If you want to look, that's about 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
That's me and my son.
Oh,
He's
looks like a
mine
little
right there.
surfer boy. Looks like a
Bigging
little.
it, in
little-
bigging it, so people can see it.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Bigging it.
Damn.
Check it out.
Pop's getting all fucking bossy and shit.
That's me and my boy about 20 years ago.
Oh, wow. Oh, God bless
There
you.
you go. That looks more like Chris.
See, he's my age there, and he
Yeah,
looks
it
younger
does.
than me. He looks younger than me there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pops, you're 58, right?
Yeah.
I'm 38.
You know, I'm glad I've gotten to that point where, like, it used to be people would show me pictures of their kids and I'd have to pretend to be interested. You're right. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Now I actually ask people. It's like, oh, you got kids? Show me pictures.
Well, and now you see the little youngster that always comes down here and hangs out with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks just like his dad.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
Just like
does.
his dad.
Oh. Thou art blessed, sir. Thou art
Hey,
blessed.
Pops, you're from Michigan, right?
No, I live in Michigan.
Oh, okay. Where are you from?
I was born in Minnesota, spent 35 years in Phoenix, and then when grandkids started appearing, I came to Michigan.
So you're all Americaned out then.
Yeah, I've been. I've lived in short periods all over the place, but
My dad's
I've
from
been
fucking.
everywhere,
my-
man.
My
Those
dad's
are where
side
the
is from
years
Michigan. They're from Dearborn.
oh god, that must have been rough.
Well, I'm from California. My dad moved here because of fucking my grandpa robbing banks as a cop. So everybody hated my family, so they moved out here in California to escape that. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man.
So
Oh, sorry to hear that.
nah, it's fucking
You're
awesome,
one
dude.
of my heroes.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking
I-
awesome. My grandpa's
didn't
got a whole
say that.
story, dude. They were gonna make a movie of my grandpa and shit. I'll show you. I'll tell you about it someday.
And can I also just say really quick? I have to. Can I
Comic
just also,
book loosely based on.
dude,
You hear me thinking?
dude. Matt's dad, I believe it was, wrecked. 3 Mustangs?
4, yeah.
4.
And he worked at Bob's Big Boy. My grandma worked at Bob's Big Boy too. You know Bob's Big Boy?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
From
my
David Lynch. I know David Lynch is obsessed with Bob's.
My dad was so they moved here. My grandpa he served 6 years in prison for he robbed all these fucking banks and did all this robbery as a cop.
Oh man.
And brought his fucking I'll say it and then brought his partner in. He got popped. Did 6 years. Came to fucking over here to California. Became a minister, and then fucking did that, and then started a business. And my dad, he was just going to school out here, and he he worked and my grandma, like they just came over here, you know, and it was just everybody was working.
Yep.
So my dad and my grandma, they worked at Bob's Big Boy, and my dad bought a bunch of Mustangs and wrecked them from like 15 all the way up to like mid-20s.
I need to write a redemption comic about how you can rob 6 banks and still end up being a preacher in California.
Yeah, and I have like
Interesting dude, man.
No, like they were going to make a movie of him. I swear to God, and I've never told him, but Stacy Keach was going to play him. Like that was the guy that they had. I have the script, in the garage, but they didn't want to do it because it was so fucking crazy, and my grandma didn't want to approve of it. They're all dead now, and
you gotta shop that shit around.
Well, I was going to make a comic book of it in like 10 years.
That's a great idea.
And I didn't believe a fucking word he said. He was like, "Yeah, I was a gangster. I had 4 cars when I was 14 back in Detroit, and then." You know, I went to the war. I built a bridge, and I had a monkey
Bob,
alcohol. And I was an undefeated world champion in the boxing special forces. Didn't believe none of that shit. I found the fucking newspaper clippings, knocking motherfuckers out. World champion, undefeated. I found the clippings of him building the bridges in fucking India.
No way.
I found the fucking clippings of him. I have them in the garage. I have the physical receipts of him fucking robbing banks and getting caught. And because he was a narcissist and he kept all that. Then I found all the flyers of him being an evangelist and of having healing powers and healing people.
We gotta write a comic book.
Oh my God.
So and then they were gonna make a movie on top of that.
What
like
a character.
Forrest Gump. So like I was gonna do So
dude, my goodness. I'm curious. Did you know? Can you say who wrote the screenplay? Because it may be somebody I know.
I'd have to go dig it out. It was from like 1970 something. But he looks like my grandpa. Looks like Stacy Keach. He fucking looks exactly like him.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Because if you tell me who wrote the screenplay, there's a chance I might be like, that fucking dude.
It was for TV. It was a TV. It was gonna be like I think it was gonna be a TV movie.
Wow.
No, that's my grandma said no. I'll tell you why too later. I'm not going to say on the air, but like, fuck that.
Okay. Understandable.
But my uncle wanted to be like him, so he became a biker. Remember I was saying about that?
Yeah.
My uncle was a biker, and he didn't want to, and the Hells Angels asked him to join, but he's like, I'm not letting them urinate on me. And he robbed all these banks. I robbed all these banks around here where I live in Bellflower. So he fucking did all that shit, and he died too. Fucking crazy shit.
Amazing. Well, I mean, there's so much shit that, there's that saying, truth is stranger than fiction. It is true. There have been a lot of historical dramas where they've had to change shit because it was just too outrageous.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. But
it was too unbelievable. We need to scale that back, or people will be like, this is.
What I told you is nothing. I can't even tell you all the shit that I know.
Wow.
Like I love him, but fuck.
Yeah. No, you gotta love your family.
You have no fucking idea, like about my grandpa. Like he's craziest cop I've ever seen.
Is he still with us?
No, he's dead. They're all dead.
Okay.
They all died. He died from diabetes. It fucking took his legs.
Oh,
all this crazy ass shit this motherfucker did, and fucking diabetes took him.
Oh, that sucks.
And then my uncle, he fucking died. We found him dead from. They let him go from the emergency room. He had some breathing problem in his throat. He's fucking dead. You know what I mean? We don't know what the fuck happened to him. There was no explanation. We sued the hospital. We lost. We don't know what happened to him.
That's
so it's crazy, dude.
Crazy. Man. Sorry to hear that, man.
It's all good.
Yeah, no, I know. And but wow, yeah, that's that's a character right there, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
he's out there.
Oh,
and he was into the Shadow and the Hornet. And guess what he used to dress up as when he robbed places?
No.
Did you guys know
It's the Shadow or the Green Hornet?
Green Hornet, like not like them, but he had the mask. So
that's funny.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Comic about that guy, man. Got to.
Seriously. Well, he says that he's going to, but I think first he wants to become a better writer. He wants to become a better artist.
People always told me you got to do that story someday.
Somebody has to.
That's the back burner. That's a back burner story.
Great visual already to that. The story's just enhancement. Just the art you could come up with around that story would be awesome.
Amazing.
You guys, did you see that we launched Demon Bitch on my channel this morning?
No, I didn't see that you launched Demon Bitch. Do you want to share a link or something like that?
I'll put it in the private chat here.
All right.
I think I have it.
He said, "Did you see that we
launched it this
Demon
morning.
Bitch this morning?"
She's got 30 backers. Just went over 1,000. She's got a goal of 7,000. So not too bad. Good start. Got 1/7 of it out of the way. 13.
Good. Well, look, man. It drives me crazy that some people like, for instance, I don't think Tales from the Natverse is funded yet. What the fuck, people?
I know.
What the
Not
fuck?
funded yet?
That should have been like a
77%.
24-hour deal. That should have been boom, boom, boom within
I think that's
24 hours.
one that I'm still waiting to have.
But
That should have been a day one fund.
Yes.
During the show, I went to make it official because I was shopping still, and the pricing that I've seen, I decided to put it at the 15K. So it's
Right.
officially on the campaign now that when we reach 15K, that Merc Club card with the Credo and everything that you're going to be able to keep with you at all time is going to be turning in metal.
Oh, yeah,
No
boy.
fucking,
the private
no
chat there.
fucking dick smoke. Your fucking book, dude, are
Legit
entertaining
as fuck.
They're fucking fun to read. Like, I'm not,
Thank you.
like, from a lot of the CG books out there and stuff like that. I love them. They got great art and fucking love them. I got over 100 backed books, dude. But your books are entertaining.
Pure
as fuck.
fun.
Pure
Yeah.
fun, dude. People
Yeah.
they do not know what they're missing. Like,
Exactly. It's just like, oh, I miss heavy metal. Oh, it's right here. Sim just provided that shit.
No.
Yeah,
Thank you guys. I
exactly.
really appreciate it.
No, you got it, and that's sincere. That's earned, man.
Yep.
And
But
God,
but you also know that it's how can I say, like, I'm more confident in my art and my writing, and I'm it's very flattering and
Yeah.
humbling and honoring that you and people are liking the stories, and I'm like, yeah, cool.
Hey, you know what's weird though? For me,
Yeah.
that like
Thanks
gore,
to you guys and all your
I like gore
support.
and action. For me, was the fucking. I
yeah,
don't want to
respect.
spoil too much. No, I don't want to spoil too much on the first book, but there
Mhm.
was a story about Nat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just say
Oh,
it
you're
was a little.
talking about that story?
It was a little punk. It was a little punk, like the way it was illustrated and stuff. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That was my favorite story.
The old one,
The old one.
remember the name?
No.
No,
Nope.
black and white one.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah,
talking.
a lot of people are like that one a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I like. That
Oh,
one.
I thought at first I thought you were talking about the one that involved Nat enjoying a little interspecies fun.
That one was funny, but it's entertainment again. So that's
Exactly.
all fun. Then
Yeah,
the one
yeah,
I'm talking is like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then okay, like all right, I see where you're fucking grooving. You're breaking the genre right here.
Right. And that's
So-
the thing. It's like you don't want your stuff to be too serious to the point where it's ponderous,
Yeah.
but you also don't want it to be always fucking winking at you either.
Mhm.
You know? Like with Six Gun, I was just like, you know what? This could be awesome if I play it straight. And if
Yeah.
I play it straight, it'll be more fun.
And you try to keep the heavy stuff controlled.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
an example, we're not spoiling too much. Like Rose is a good example.
Yeah.
Like it starts off and then the monologues gets very fucking dark for a few seconds,
That one's
Yeah.
dark.
and then you're done. And then
That one's dark.
Yeah.
It gets real dark, and then it, like that.
Like this is
And-
somebody that's been through some shit.
And that
Mhm.
book too, it's like it keeps changing. Okay, like the story changes, the art changes, and it's you can't explain what's coming next. You can't expect what's coming next.
Yes.
You even have like the bios. You have to turn the page like that, and I love that.
Oh, I love that too. I love that too. It's a nice touch.
With ink spots coming in, and he's laying down the colors on top of it,
Ah.
and then you do a little tease too about what Nat could do, but you don't
Mhm.
show it in this book. And that was again going back to that piece I did for you. I didn't want to fucking tap into that because I read that piece right there. You know
Right.
what he can do because he's a technomancer, and
Yep.
I can't wait to see what's next, dude. People just don't fucking know, man, what they're missing out on. You fucking been here forever too, man. It's just badass.
OG CG.
Yeah.
Mhm. And,
Oh fuck yeah,
and,
bro.
and I like the fact that you guys are getting that I'm leading you guys to something bigger.
Yeah, I could tell, dude. I could tell you're fucking reserving a lot of
He's
shit.
got the master plan,
Yeah.
without a doubt. And you know what? Yes. And the thing is, it's like we all know that this is a unsustainable model that fucking
Mhm.
like I always say, YouTube, fucking Indiegogo, boom,
Yeah,
Thanos
well-
snap us out of existence tomorrow.
It's
Yep.
the same. This is I guess an analogy. I walk to work every day. All right, Matt Burke, you can get fired today. This could be the day that you're going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yep.
know that. You walk
Yeah.
in, everybody's cool, but they could tell you, hey, Matt Burke,
That's
your
how I
service
live
was
my life.
surrendered. You're going to fucking go home today. And
Yep.
I try to remember that. I don't remember it every day, but I try to remember it,
Right.
every day. Like,
Yeah,
shit
don't
just
obsess
ends,
over it, but keep that shit in,
All right.
Mhm.
and then I just get back in like, fuck it, motherfucker. I'm going back in.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Totally,
but we're
dude.
we're building a parachute. And once we get around the international problem, the shipping issue, which
Yeah.
looks like we're
We're
just
working
about to, we're working on. Sim has always been working on, right?
Oh.
RJ,
Yep.
bunch of fucking people, right?
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
we get around that, then there's no stopping us, because
Yeah.
the thing is the
And-
next step to that is, of course, then getting awareness out there, and then
Getting-
of course,
Yeah.
Ink Slayers comes out. That's going to be basically like a big sampler, and that's what we want. We want more. One of the things I'm doing also is putting together another one of these streams of CG Western. Basically, me and all the people that are doing Western comics, we're going to get together and we're going to do an anthology.
Yeah, I want to put together another one of those Red Label showcase, indie
Yeah.
showcase.
And that's fucking Sim right there. There's no one else in
Yeah.
CG or fucking adjacent doing that.
Yep.
And fucking Sim did it, dude. I mean, I got my
That's why
in there.
we love the sexy motherfucker.
Fucking old motherfucking G Sim, dude. Fucking put
Yeah,
it down.
man.
Dude. Helping
Yeah,
us
man.
out again. Fucking jump on my back, dude. Let me carry y'all motherfuckers real quick.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'll do the same as I did with number one. I'll put it on Amazon for almost free and free for
Yeah.
everybody that's a member. Like dude, I
Get out
think
there,
in
fucking-
over a year, I think we made like $6. But there's over.
right.
But it doesn't matter. It's fucking
That's all right.
there.
But we were in the top. We were in the top 10,000 most read.
And thank you for doing that. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to put my book Butch Cleaver in there. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, my pleasure.
Getting people to fucking
Everybody's
eyes on it,
welcome. Like
you know?
I want people to show that that there's indie comics and it's all style and everything. Like there's.
I love that, dude. I love that just like the little chapter. Like imagine just, okay, I don't do the digital shit, but imagine getting on the fucking computer, getting a fucking spliff or a fucking beer and just scrolling through a couple of chapters of each book, like a chapter
Right.
that's fun in the book. It's
Mhm.
fucking awesome, dude. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I would do that for that
And-
specific reason.
And
I would
if
do
you
that for some
don't,
indie shit, you know?
the thing that's great about that is it's similar to like the horror anthology movies, right? Where it's just like, I'm not really feeling this story. That's okay. In 5 minutes, there's another one coming up, and that might have something that you're into. That might have a werewolf. That might have a
Yeah.
vampire.
And if you want,
fuck this
more,
shit.
you
Fuck
get
this
the
shit.
information
Oh.
to find it.
Exactly.
This shit hit a core with me. What's that? Click, 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 click. Oh, who drew that? Oh, he drew this. Oh, who wrote that? Oh, he wrote that. Oh, boom. 3 books
Yeah.
right there. Already got hit.
Exactly.
Well, that shit looks pretty. I might look at that. I might read that. Ooh,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? The fact that, we've got all these kids that are reading manga, that's the next generation of comic book fans.
Yeah, that's them. That is that's the next generation. They're all
Right.
manga now.
And
is
that
it.
doesn't mean that we should be doing manga. Let the Japanese
not
do
gonna-
manga.
I'm not
Right?
gonna do it. No, I'm
Right.
not gonna do it.
Mind you, there's some people that are doing manga or manga style comics, like Rini with Fiendish. Wonderful. Fantastic.
Oh,
I'm not
awesome. I
saying-
like manga.
Yeah.
And I'll buy it too. But
Right.
I won't make
Mhm.
it ever. I never will.
Yeah,
I mean, never
same
say
here.
never, but no,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. But they understand the idea of comic books.
Correct.
Right?
Sequential art.
They
Sequential
understand, right? So they're going to be much more likely to maybe one day, I don't know, pick up a French style book.
Yeah, like who knows? Maybe they might get bored with their multi-billion-dollar industry of the same fucking format.
Yes.
And maybe want to dive into the
Right.
fucking origin of where their fucking sequential genre started.
Right.
Genre,
Right.
What have
And
you.
that's the thing. You're always going to get some people who are basic bitches. They're only going to listen to top 40 music. They're only going to see what the movies that are number one at the box office. But now with the
He
internet,
said basic bitches.
That motherfucker's basic as fuck.
and,
I'm like Brian over there.
I love it. I love it.
but you're
I love
always like now with the internet, the people who are curious, right? Like when I was a kid, it's just like, oh, I like this band. I love the Ramones. Well, gee,
Yeah.
who did the Ramones love?
Right?
Right? Oh, they love the Stooges, and right.
I'm
And
the same way, dude. I'm the same way.
and
I'm gonna go
and
look back.
and now it's so much easier to. So most people aren't going to have that curiosity, but there's enough of them. Same
Mhm.
thing with the cult horror community, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit, Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Scream Factory. You got all of these all these companies now that are doing like deluxe editions of like 4K transfers of fucking Return of the Living Dead.
Look at me. Like 90% of the movies you talk about, I haven't even fucking seen them. I'm 38.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of motherfucking Matt Burks out there that want to go watch that shit. You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's why I'm
exactly.
fucking here. I mean, that's not why I'm here, but
Well,
but
that's
seriously,
also-
dude. That's a good fucking dichotomy. You know what I mean?
right. And that's that's why I usually pick movies that are like cult movies that are lesser
Yeah.
known,
Right.
because what I'm doing is I'm trying to say, yo, check this out. Like you've
Yeah.
never been in this room in this mansion. Come and check what's here. And of
Right.
course that's what Sim and I are always trying to do with French comics. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you discovered manga. Awesome. Manga is
Yeah.
awesome. Some
Yeah.
great, amazing shit. But there's other shit out there, and you should check that stuff out too, because it's going to open a whole new world for you. That
like the big
story
shit.
that Dan Fraga told about going to a museum and seeing a Moebius exhibit,
Oh, okay.
and he said when he walked in, and the artist that he was when he walked in, and the one that walked out afterwards, not the same person.
A changed man.
Yeah, yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you have an epiphany and you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Pretty much, dude. No,
Yeah,
that's how it is.
I got
when
my
you
own
movies,
Mobius
like,
story.
Oh well, you have the best Jean Giraud story. Do you want to share it for these wonderful people?
Oh, okay.
It's the best.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was like maybe like what 15, 16 or something, and there was an exhibit of heavy metal magazine in downtown, like in a hotel place or somewhere like that, like in a little convention. And I went there, and I'm looking around. I went there. I think it was one. I don't know. It was my parents. I'm not sure if it was my uncle. But anyways, I was over there, and I'm looking around at the art there, and I had my own little drawing pad with me that I always had around every freaking time. And I'm looking at the art, and I'm just like looking at Mobius stuff. And I'm like, wow, that dude, that's fucking awesome. And looking at the Inkle stuff that he had there and stuff like that. And there's an old man that starts talking to me. Was he like, and we talked for like, I don't know, maybe a good 30 minutes, right? And asking me how I like what I like about it, looking at my art, saying I'm good, I need to work on some shit and stuff like that. And he presented himself as Jean Giraud, and I had no fucking idea who the fuck that guy was until he leaves, and somebody's like, "Oh, dude, you get to talk with fucking Mobius." I'm like, "What?
What?
Wait, what?"
That sounds like a Pixar fucking shit.
So he didn't meet Mobius. He wasn't like because that's always the thing when you meet like your heroes or you meet like really impressive people, you're always like, don't geek out. But if you're like me, you're probably gonna end up geeking out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I kicked myself in the butt for a while because of it until fucking Vinny's like, yeah, but dude, you get to know the guy.
That's the way you want to meet him, though, dude. In retrospect, like
Yes.
that's that you want that primal fucking real person, dude, to meet.
Yeah.
And tell you fucking your shit needs to change here, and you need to do that, and da da da. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, what do you think about this artist over here on the in the gallery? Like that's how everybody wants to do it.
Right. So Sim, of course, having an experience like that is gonna kick himself in the ass. Like, oh fuck, right?
Yeah,
But now you can look back and be like, no, I had the better experience.
Yeah, that's the best. Like it's primal, dude.
I didn't geek out. I didn't geek out. I didn't freeze. I didn't do anything. I didn't just go like, you're awesome. You're fucking awesome. You're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's some fucking County Monte Cristo shit. You know what I mean?
And I didn't get him blocked, or like hesitant or anything. He was just being himself. So no way.
Right.
I got.
That's so cool. Like that, you can't write that shit. That's what I was saying. That's a fucking Pixar movie, like a little Pixar skit.
Right.
Someone walked up,
That's a good story. And that's the thing. So often when we forget this, a lot of these people are really shy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
they're
there
like,
are the ones that are like, yeah, I'm a rock star, kiss my ass. But there are also the people, and then there are people like the Biz that's just going to get you fucking drunk, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
And
want to meet him, dude. So bad. Fuck.
oh,
Dude, it's like one of the ones is my Turner. When I met Turner, the story of when I first met Turner,
mhm.
dude, I had quit. Like I didn't think I had it or something, right?
Yeah.
Clinically, and I had my kid, and I started drawing again, but I was not pursuing it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Until some people was like, dude, you're better than than a lot of the fucking people working for the mainstream, so you should fucking go. So they got me to go to the Fan Expo.
Fuck yeah.
So I got a babysitter and everything, and I went to Fan Expo in Toronto. And I went around a few people. That's how I met, the Romitas and a few others.
Yeah,
The
that's a
thing
good
is,
story too.
It's when I got to Turner, and I'm waiting in line, and like everybody's there with their fucking pro folders and shit like that. Me, I'm there with a file. That's a regular paper file, and
I'm not laughing at
sketches.
you. I'm laughing at the fucking pro folders and shit.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I'm there and I'm nervous as fuck. It's fucking Michael Turner, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So
Right.
I give him my shit. I give him my file, and he looks at me with a smirk. Right? He looks at the file. He shows the file to people, and they all have a small smirk. Right? Not laughing, just like, And he starts opening it, and then he stops, looks at me. Look, he calls everybody at the table, come look at this, and they can start going through my entire fucking file.
No shit.
And at the end, dude, he looks at me and goes, dude, and after the speech I told you, the finish not perfect, that and shit, do my own thing, and the Wolf Dragon story. But the thing is, at the end of that, he looks at me and goes, guy, I want you right now. Don't go around. You're going up to your room, and tomorrow I want 2-page laid out of that Wolf Dragon thing. So
See?
I'm like, yes, sir. So I went upstairs. Dude, I had energy drinks. I had everything. I stayed up all fucking night, laid out 3 pages. I was down the first thing the next morning. And he's like giving me pointers. Go see you next year, guy.
Oh,
Will do.
Nice.
There you
That's
go,
hard.
bro.
that's heart, man. That's what that is right
He
there.
picked Wolf Dragon out. Did he pick Wolf Dragon out of all your characters?
Yeah, because that's the main one that I told him about. Because he asked me, like, technically what he did is like, I'm sure you have characters. I go, yeah, I have a whole bunch, but the one I was really working on was called the Everhard Chronicles. He goes, what's that about? And I told him it's about the last dragon on Earth, raised by an immortal knight, and who is Everhard, Christian Everhard, and
Right.
he raised a wolf dragon. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
Dude,
you
you
have
gotta
a
do that
fucking
book,
character
bro.
called the Wolf Dragon.
Like,
Goes,
how do you
technically,
fuck with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
He's like, that should be your fucking title.
yeah, Wolf Dragon. Like, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, dude. Titles.
And you know what? Thank God for people that are like that. People that are generous with their time, that are going to be serious with you, that aren't just going to be like, oh, that's very nice, and pat you on the head and send you on your way, but are actually going to be useful. People, and that's the thing, and that's what's awesome about this community, right?
Yeah.
We don't forget where the fuck we came from. If tomorrow we were like huge, right? We would not forget where the fuck we came from because we just came from there.
Yeah.
And there are people that forget that. And those people are assholes.
But now I'm
You
gonna
know?
say sometimes it's a good thing coming back home.
Yeah.
Right.
Because let me tell you a little story, Brian. I just found out that one of my personal favorite artists, doesn't have any work right now.
The fuck?
Imagine that. Imagine that. I know, huh? It just made me go fucking A.
Crazy, huh?
Oh,
Hey.
dude, hop on that shit, dude.
Shit's
I know
real,
there's
bro.
certain artists, there's certain people, man. For me, Mike Plug. Oh my God, if I could get a cover from Mike Plug, that would literally be a childhood dream come true.
This guy's already
Times are hard,
doing-
dude, with the way
this
the
guy's
culture is right
already
now.
doing a cover
right
for
now, I
Tom
got-
Cruise.
There's Liam Sharp. I'd like to have a cover in an adverse.
Dude. You should hit him
There's,
up, dude.
Walt
This
Simmons.
guy-
Walt
this guy's
Simmons.
already doing
I
Oh,
do-
yeah.
I do talk with him
Oh.
sometimes, dude. It's just I need the money. Two, there's freaking Rocafort.
Oh yeah, Rocafort, bro.
That guy,
Fuck.
I've been a fan since his fucking beginning. I love that guy's style.
It's
And
great.
That's one guy that he's on top. Like, I'd love to have him draw a freaking cover of the Nadverse.
Yeah, he's perfect for Nat.
Kyle Holtz, I would love something from, and also Lee Weeks. I would love to see a Lee Weeks Six Gun Gorilla. That would be fucking amazing. Love
I think
that.
Kyle Holtz would probably be my go-to.
He's wow.
For
Wow,
some
wow,
shit.
wow.
Depends.
The
You know,
third
yeah.
one would be Walt Simonson.
Oh my
Walt
god.
Simonson would
Oh
be
my
cool, too.
god.
I'd want
I
him
know,
for the
right?
project for damn sure.
But he's one of those people. Like I don't see him drawing my stuff. I just kind of see Walter Simonson just doing Walter Simonson. Do you know what I'm saying?
I love
But
his
if I
energy,
gotta-
dude, and his
holy shit.
his fucking
Yeah,
speed
he's
lines and his
He's one of the
rendering, you know?
G's. He's one of the G's. Oh God, I think now George Perez, I was never a big fan of because his style is too neat for me, right?
Yeah, I like his shit. I like his faces.
Yes,
That's and some of his anatomy, but his mannerisms. That's
his
what I like.
attention to details and everything's so neat and clean, and it is impressive, right? I'm not saying I don't like Perez. I'm just saying he's not like, because then you have your personal favorites, the ones that there's something about their style that just speaks to you.
For
Like,
me,
I
it's
was-
Disney. Like that's who I would,
For me, man, I was going through my Man Thing omnibus, right? And I got to like the Plug pages, and oh my God, there's just so much heart in his work, right?
Yeah.
And the way he draws the swamp and the way he draws water and how everything has this gooey quality to it. And his stuff on Monster of Frankenstein and the Planet of the Apes magazine, the black and white shit. There was something about that guy's stuff that as a little kid spoke to me, and that still speaks to me. It was like one of those people. It's like, I'm not going to say he's the best artist. I'd say he's my favorite. Because that's not always the same thing. That's not always the same.
No. Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of favorites. I don't have one. I mean, for me, I'd probably like to get like Bernie Wrightson, and that'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
But,
Oh
I
well,
mean,
yeah. If he was still around, I mean, I'd like, him, Frazetta. Yeah, that's.
and Frazetta. But I mean,
Check
he was
your
a fan of
inbox,
Frazetta,
Brian. Check your Twitter inbox
All right.
and look and see who's free to draw.
Let's see.
Who's free to draw.
All right. Let's see. My Twitter inbox. You sent me a photo.
In the Twitter inbox. Twitter inbox.
The
There should
Twitter-
be 3 pieces of art, one after another.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, I do see,
Yes.
but I don't recognize the. I think I have to blow that up, maybe. Yeah, because it's a little. My eyes ain't working so good. Oh, I think I know who that is.
Kyle Holtz is a
Yeah.
beast, though, bro. He probably,
is.
He's probably like my favorite all around like artist in the industry right now.
Right now.
Like,
Yeah.
just, like I would pick to like say draw Butch Lever or something. I would. I
Oh
would
my
have that.
god.
He'd be
Oh
the
my
guy,
God.
like fucking hands down. Like
So good, but still, dude. The fact that I'm working with like Sim and Preston, like those dudes.
oh yeah,
To the point where like for instance, like with Preston stuff, it's just like, oh, he's kicking it with the Bisley. Oh, he's kicking it with the Frazetta, and now he's at the point where I'm like, he's
kicking it with Preston. Yeah,
Preston.
yeah, he's his own thing now. That's what I was saying in like a stream the other day.
Right?
Like
Dude, that
Sam and
I'm
Preston were
gonna
like
show
big
my
influences
own
on me.
shit here for a second. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
That's so badass.
Fuck me.
I was saying in a stream the other day, dude, like Preston and Sim and fucking Passion for Drawing and Joe Ball, like big influences on
Oh,
my
Joe
work now.
Ball. Oh my
Just by,
god.
like hanging out with these guys and Passion and like a lot of these
Yeah.
guys, dude, and just
And
fucking
Inky too.
spots, too. It's
Beautiful
badass.
colors from Ollie there. Oh, preserved all of Preston's beautiful line work. Because Preston and I were very much on the same page. It's like I like it a little dirty. I
What kind
like
of
to
pencils
see,
did he
I like
use
to
on
see
that?
I like to see the hand of the artist. I like to see the pencil lines.
There's no ink in there. It's all pencil, right?
All pencil.
Use some dark pencils in there too, huh?
Yep.
Probably
And
use some
as you
color
can see,
pencil in there too.
Like if you look at just the detail, right? all the line work,
Yeah.
all preserved. All preserved. Because the last thing you want to do is take a great artist and take their work and have them feel like somebody just vomited all
yeah.
over it. Right? And that's why the safe bet usually is if you're working with an artist and like, well, who you know, like if you're thinking about like who's going to color this, ask them because they usually have somebody.
I haven't really. I can think of like who's done pencils like that in recent history off the top of my head. You know, like I know, like I like Eric Powell. Like he was a big influence on me too. Like, I have every fucking Goon comic. Like
amazing,
like,
amazing.
Him and Mike Mignola, like they were. I was always reading them. Like whenever I stopped doing comics, I would always go back and collect every.
Right.
You know, and his
They're amazing.
pencils, there's no color. He doesn't color over the pencils. I don't think it's just. You know, black and white. When he does other shit, he would Photoshop it with flats. You know, there's not much rendering and stuff.
I absolutely love black and white comics. I wanted to do Six Gun originally as a black and white comic, but at that time it was such a hard sell. The thing is maybe it's still a little bit of a hard sell, but not as hard as it used to be. And I think a lot of that is because of manga. Right? It's that's what I kind of attribute it to.
Right. It depends of the clientele. That's the thing.
Right. The audience.
If you're talking about the American clientele, usually they're used to having colors. That's why usually every time you would try a black and white, people are like, you have better chance with a color. So if you have to choose between one or the other, you're going to choose the one you have a bigger chance of.
Of course.
I know
but now
it
is shifting it a little bit.
Yeah.
What?
CGU will back it.
Oh, dude! Like when people have like black and white versus color tiers, I always back to the black and white.
Sim. Saturday night. Brian probably didn't tell you, but there's a themed panel at CromCon Saturday night.
Oh, I forgot about that.
A themed panel, martial artists and artists with comics and all that stuff, and we got some really cool people going to be there, like that guy up there. I want you to come out
this Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday night, 9:00.
Somebody who knows how to fight, somebody who has some martial arts experience.
Dude,
hell yeah, Sim.
It's going to be cool as hell. Brian Menard's going to be there. You guys and
I don't think I have anything.
Patricia Lugo, you know, we're going to have a cool fucking panel. Man.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is right here?
It's a tiger claw.
No. See, this is the tiger claw, right? That's the crane. That's the snake. Right. This is the mantis, right? This is the eagle talon.
Eagle talon.
This is what Swayze used in Roadhouse to rip that motherfucker's larynx out.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who taught Swayze?
Pops.
How to use the eagle claw?
Pops.
Me.
Pops was in there though.
Me.
See, I told you, he was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I will fuck you up with my eagle claws. What I'm saying, my eagle talon. I'm sorry.
Eagle Fang, yo. Eagle Fang. Cobra Kai.
Oh my god.
So we're all starting our own Chuck Norris lore. Is that it?
Yeah, man. Why not? You know, why let the truth get in the way of a good story? That's what I always say.
Yeah, I learned to jump table by freaking Bruce Lee. You know how to jump over a car, jump over 9 feet. Bruce Lee taught me that.
That's
when I was a kid. No, I'm just
that's
Spider-Man shit right there, though.
I'm fucking kidding.
I'm like 9 feet. I'm like
1-3-inch punch.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, that's manly,
dude. I did that to somebody in high school one day. Like he was just in front of me, and I just went like, bang, dude. He went flying, fucking flying. Like people were coming out of class. People were coming out of a class, and all they saw is a guy flying in the air.
Now, did he do something to deserve this, or were you just like, "Hey, buddy, what's up?" Boom.
No. That's what I'm saying. He was a fucking ass, and he just fucking stands in front of you, and I'm like, "Guy, you're gonna move." He goes, "Make me." And I just put my hand
magic
up.
Words.
I just put my hand up. He goes, "What the fuck you gonna do?" Bang!
That's what I'm gonna do.
Right on the fucking chest, so he went flying.
I'm a bitch. That's great. Oh man. All right. Hey, we were going on the 3-hour mark. Not that we're still not going to bullshit in the back rooms, I'm sure. But I think it's about time that we said goodnight, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. If you can hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hook a brother up with some subs. I mean, not that I'm like bitching about like not having that many subscribers. You know, this stream has given me a good chance to just kind of like, you know, do my thing and get more relaxed with streaming without having too many eyes on me. But next week, yeah, we are. Von Klaus is going to be on. We're going to be talking about Shockwaves. Hopefully, these fellows will show up too. And naturally, we'll be bullshitting about comics as well as bullshitting about horror movies. But do you guys want to say anything as we're on our way out to these fine folks? Matt?
Yeah. If you can, guys, go back to Tales from Natverse. I got the fan art contest just started. Me and Phil Ryder just started the fan art, 1 and 2. So if you guys go back, Tales from Natverse, you will not be fucking disappointed. I guarantee you, I promise. So go get it. Tales from Natverse 2.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say, don't worry, you still have a chance. I took Alan out. I contacted him. I'm like, you're part of the book now, so you're on the cover.
Oh, that's fantastic. Awesome. Stim, do you want to post a link or something like that?
I will after. I'll post the link after. But
Okay.
I'll say, go check out Tales from the Natverse. Go check out my channel. I posted a few little fun videos promoting that. And don't forget, every Sunday at 7:15, about 7:15 p.m. I do the Sim Inkslayer art show, and I'll be bringing back Doodle and Chill.
Yeah.
Doing fan art on live stream. I'm gonna tell you guys when that's gonna happen because I'm still picking the day and the time I'm gonna do it. And you know that anybody that wants to come on, you just reach out to me, and you're welcome.
Maybe we could get.
Let's promote some and let's do some fan art.
Maybe we could get like a 6-gun gorilla.
But we already did it, and we'll do another one.
That would be great, dude. I'm just saying.
I shared a link, and just go on my Twitter, and you'll find that link, and just leave anything that you links to campaigns, art, and stuff like that you'd like me to do. Bob's left one there too.
Hell yeah.
Don't be a basic bitch. Back to his books.
Yes.
And also this beautiful original art by
Lost
Jim O'Reilly. You guys know him. You love him. This will be available as a tier on the campaign launching Friday night.
Hell yeah.
Be there.
Yo.
Be square.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be live.
Gonna be lit. Baby.
Yeah. You mofos, you foos do not want to miss that. But yeah. And 6-gun gorilla, as Wenger always called it, is shipping, is fulfilling.
Yeah. 6-gun gorilla.
28 pages of absolutely beautiful, freaking gorgeous Preston Acevedo art.
Beautiful.
I love that, man. I love that print. That fucking print. That's a Comics Wellspring right there. That's that heavy duty fucking popping colors too.
Yes.
And by the way, Brian, if you ever decide to do, by mistake dropping an extra poster in my thing, I wouldn't mind,
Dude, I'm gonna hook you up.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, dude, do you need any more toys? Do you need any more?
Dude, thank you. It was great. Like they're right there with my big grandizer.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, that made me so happy. I mean, you told me,
he sent me one of those little grandizer with the saucer. I was like, oh, dude, that's so fucking sweet. Thanks.
Well, that's the thing. Well, no, my pleasure, dude, because that's the thing. It's just like when I'm a fan of something or I have something, and I find that person's like a super fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to give it up.
and it's one of those, we all have those things that, a lot of people don't know about that we're huge fans of. Yeah. Like a lot of people know Trenzor Z and a lot of other robot. Me, it's Grandizer. And dude, it stands out for himself, and I love the fuck out of it. If you don't know what it is, check into it. Yeah, man. And nowadays you can get a hold of anything. Yeah, like the main story, the main idea for the story. It's the sorry. There's a lot of noise behind me. It's time to go eat. But the main idea of that, like, look, You have the fucking like prince of a freaking planet that's getting attacked, right? It's getting invaded, destroyed by the meanest and baddest fucking fuckers of the universe, right? They build the strongest freaking weapon. That prince decides to fight back, steal that fucking weapon, defeat them, and the planet's destroyed still. In a way, and he leaves and he hides the weapon on Earth, lives here among us, and he's just a fucking cowboy working on a fucking ranch.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah. What is this again?
It's Grandizer. That's the
Grandizer,
entire premise. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've never seen that. We never got that here. Here in America, like any anime we got, it was a trickle. You know what I'm saying? Like you could literally like count like the movies that came out on VHS like on one hand. And now you can walk into like, a Best Buy and there's like aisles.
right.
But it's one of the only ones that never got translated in English. Like it's in French and Spanish and everything, but you don't have it really in English. It's never really been done.
Interesting. I mean, we got Captain Harlock. We were lucky to get that. We got Star Blazers, a space battleship, Yamamoto.
Yeah, all that stuff was great. Captain Harlock. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So we got a little bit, but it was like drip, and now the floodgates have opened, and you can get pretty much anything, which is awesome. But yeah, folks. Just to pimp my own shit, the Preston Acevedo covers. I'm going to close the campaign in about like 2 weeks.
Damn.
2 or 3 weeks, right? Because I want to get my books on Comicsgate now, right?
So how much is that cover, Brian? How much is that Preston cover right there?
This issue? It's what? $15.
What? I'm sorry. How much? How much they was?
$15.
$15.
Signed.
That's the one I backed.
The fuck?
Yes.
And like.
And I knocked out the credits page because I wanted to leave this completely blank, so it's got my signature. And so if you have this and you run into Preston at a convention, you can have him sign it too.
So you're saying that basically, like, if you haven't read that Six Gun Gorilla, you can get like an Iron Maiden painted tribute cover.
Oh, and a poster too. Yeah, and you can get a poster.
$15. Basically,
Yes.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, and we have a poster
Wow.
which I think is for for 20. And let's see. Well, there's a bunch. Oh, and there's a miniature, which unfortunately I only have in pieces right now. I got to glue this thing together. That I'm going to be hand casting. I need to get back to work on that. Those aren't finished yet. But also, when the campaign wraps, those like as many as people back. I think I set a limit of 50. Right now, I think I've sold about 15.
Damn.
When those are gone, those are gone too. And there's always this thing about motherfuckers. Like once you close the campaign,
Yeah, they want.
that's when people hit you up for this shit.
Yeah.
That's when people are just like, oh, can I get that? No, mofo, I can't do it because that would be screwing the backers that actually backed it before I closed it. What? Can't do it.
Well,
And
that's
that's
that
yeah,
book,
and-
that cover, man. That cover alone, like you could join in even if you've never.
But
read
do
Six Gun
it,
Gorilla.
but you just sell it a bit more
Fucking cover,
expensive,
bro.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would be I can't do that. That's just That's just
You don't know what they're missing, man.
That's just mean.
But no reprint, but what you have left. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah. If I have extras,
Yeah,
those-
that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
yeah.
I'm not reprinting more. I'm just saying you keep
Right,
that
right,
stuff.
right.
You made them available, but a bit more expensive.
Is that Chris back there? Is that Sugar Chris?
Oh, dude. there are CG Easter eggs all throughout this motherfucker.
I am a bit hurt that I'm not there though.
What do you mean you're not there? You're right there, dude. You're the dwarf.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding.
Okay,
you-
so can I be hurt that Crom's not there?
Maybe. If you choose to be. If you choose to be.
That's
That's
why
your
you know.
decision, Pops.
Let me know how much you want. I'll buy a poster off of you when you send me my copy.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, you got special shit. You've done fucking sketch cards and shit.
I'll
for
tell
me.
you what, I'm kind
Oh,
of
thank
waiting.
you.
I'm still
Yeah,
waiting
and-
for that Mavericks Snapverse print Oh, dude, come on. That's secret tier. I'm still waiting for that. I want that so bad because it's got Crom on it. You know.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. If you're waiting on something from me and I haven't sent it to you, let me fucking know. I'm a little thick. You know, if you know what I'm saying. I'd rather people think I'm stupid than that I'm
that a long time ago, and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it because it's part of the Mavericks campaign.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and Pops, by the way,
do it a long time ago. I've been looking at it on my screen for a long time. I just don't have it in my hand.
And Pop, a little heads up. Beacon has the books, and they're gonna be on their way to all you guys soon in the US.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah.
The box is the box is there. It's in good shape. Everything's fine. I just send them the money for shit.
Fuck yeah! All right, Sim, go eat dinner. and tell your family, peace and love from us, man. And everybody, peace and love to you. We will talk to you next week.